Look, y'all, we're about to cover the 5 best tech careers for 2025. I have a little bonus at the end. Initially, when I made this a few days ago. Decided to do this because time and time again, myself, the rest of the Tech is New Black team, constantly we're running into people asking us, what's the best, what type of job in tech should I get? What's the best tech career? And I'm going to give you 5. But the thing is, though, the catch is that the 5 that I'm going to give you, every individual one thing I'm going to give you actually will allow you to be able to get 5 to 10 different jobs in tech. So that's actually the thing we're going to be talking about. Oftentimes, a huge mistake people make is that they get a skill or they go after a certain job in tech that has major limitations. And I'm all about people having options. I'm all about you not having limitations. And we're going to talk about what it means by that. But again, y'all, make sure as y'all are joining that y'all go ahead and hit the like button. Just hit the like button wherever you're at. Y'all know how it helps the algorithm, especially for those of y'all that are on Instagram. Y'all see that I'm doing this from the Tech is the New Black Instagram and not my personal Instagram because I am legitimately shadow banned. You know, everybody says they're shadow banned, but I'm legitimately shadow banned, where Instagram actually told me I can't go live for my Instagram. I can't, none of my content is seen on the Explore page anymore. And it's been for the last 3 months. And so for the first time in the history of social media, I'm actually losing followers on Instagram because none of my content is being seen on the Explore page. So it's really hard for my content to be seen by new people. The reason why I'm shadow banned is because I had a post that went viral. The post that went viral was a post where I was teaching people. I'm not going to say what I was doing because I don't want this video to get in trouble. But basically, I was teaching people how to do something in tech. It was literally one post where I was teaching a hack on how to make significantly more money in tech faster. And a lot of gatekeepers in tech, y'all know it's a lot of gatekeepers that do not want y'all to get these opportunities. They don't want y'all to get this money. Even they might be cool with you getting in the industry, but they don't like you knowing all of the tips and tricks to be able to make more money faster. A lot of gatekeepers were reporting my post and were telling Instagram that I was promoting a scam. And I know it was gatekeepers because I kept seeing people share my story. Y'all know how on Instagram you can see when people are sharing your story. I was seeing people not share my story. They were sharing my reel in their story, and they were telling people to report me constantly. They're like, report this dude. And they weren't saying report this dude because he's telling a lie. They were literally saying report this dude because he's saying too much. Report this dude because he's blowing up the spot. Report this dude because he giving tips away. They were saying things like, man, you ain't supposed to say everything. You ain't supposed to tell people all of this stuff, man. You got to keep some things for us. You got to keep some things a secret. Which to me, I personally don't understand why you want to keep something a secret. I believe either giving game away for free to help people, or if you truly believe what you're telling people is so valuable, the least you can do is package it and maybe sell it. Package it and sell it at least. But when people are so gatekeeper, and again, I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna get into the topic. Again, y'all, for those of y'all that are joining in, we're gonna be talking about the 5 best tech careers for 2025 and realistically for the next few years. I'm gonna update this every year, but this video is going to save so many people's lives. Real quick, for those of y'all who don't know me, I'm sorry, I should do an introduction. For those that don't know me, Cyrus Harbin, I'm the founder of Tech is the New Black. We are the largest tech career platform in the world. We've helped nearly 10,000 people scale into 6-figure tech careers. We've interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people on our platform, from our podcast to our streams, to street interviews, so on and so forth. And really, as a believer, as a Christian, my entire purpose is to see people elevate, whether it's you elevating closer in your relationship with God or it's you elevating financially. Because we know when you elevate financially, it trickles into nearly every other area of your life. It trickles into your health because now you can eat better. It trickles into your mental health because oftentimes you have better connections, better relationships. You're able to live in a nicer area with less crime, a better view. You're able to give your children better schooling, better education. It trickles into everything when you become more financially successful. if you have discipline. I should add that asterisk, if you have discipline. That being said, so my entire purpose and goal when it comes to Tech is the New Black and scaling tech is to help people not just break into the tech industry, but to scale further in the industry. So again, going back to what I was saying, I got reported and they kept reporting me. And y'all know Instagram, after a while, when they see so many people reporting you, eventually the algorithm is just like, okay, we're just gonna kind of, ban your account. So I'm shadow banned. So that being said, y'all, I really don't care. It is what it is. I personally don't care about followers for followers' sake. I care about impact. You could have 10,000 followers and go viral, or you could have 1 million followers and never go viral. So really the thing that matters most is impact over numbers over followers. And I care about how many people I've helped. That being said, we're going to get into it. So again, we're going to cover the 5 best jobs in tech, the 5 best careers. I want to be specific, careers in tech for 2025. And I have a huge bonus at the end for those of you that are in tech already, or for those of you that maybe you're not even interested in getting in tech. I have a bonus at the end for all of y'all. And yeah, so we got some good things to cover. Now, for those of y'all, real quick, got to say a couple things. For those of y'all that, I'm going to just say this at the top of the video, Scale in Tech, which is from Tech is the New Black. We recommend people to the best tech boot camps, or the best ways to get into the tech industry. So we, of course, have a tech boot camp ourselves, but we also recommend people to other boot camps. So if our boot camp doesn't have the specific things that are the best for you to do in tech, then we easily recommend you to another platform. One thing I'm going to do here, I'm not going to say the name of any other boot camp during this stream. The reason why is because I constantly am changing boot camps that I recommend people to. So at the time of the recording of this video, there might be one specific cybersecurity boot camp that I would recommend y'all to today. 3-4 months from now, it could be an entirely different cybersecurity boot camp or project management boot camp. We can change it. The reason why we change it is because I care about recommending the best thing for you to do in tech. Real quick, what's up, everybody? I see a lot of people going crazy in the chat. Let me know. Somebody said the link doesn't work. Okay, just DM me if the link that you're using doesn't work, y'all. If any link you're using doesn't work, literally just DM me. Either myself or somebody on the Tech is New Black team will respond to you with the proper link. But don't worry, we got you. We ain't gonna leave you hanging. But y'all put in the comments what you want to do in tech, or what you currently do in tech. If you're already in the industry, put that what you do in tech or what you want to do in the tech industry. So again, y'all, the reason why I am open to changing, or I've oftentimes frequently changed which bootcamp I recommend, is because I have only loyalty towards recommending the best bootcamp to you all. So sometimes y'all will come to me or come to my team and you're like, hey, I want to do, should I do this bootcamp? Should I do this bootcamp? We recommend the best boot camps. And whenever we find a boot camp that's better, or if there's a boot camp that we recommend and they start dropping in quality, y'all notice, I'm not going to say any names. We will drop a boot camp if their quality goes down. But if a boot camp's quality is really good and it stays up, then we'll continue to recommend them. So that's why I'm not going to shout out a specific boot camp's name, because somebody could watch this video 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, and they could, if I say a boot camp's name, they could go sign up for that boot camp, even if it's not the best one anymore. So again, y'all, I'm going to recommend y'all, myself and the team. The other thing is that we actually now give you 2 options. So we give you whatever it is you want to do in tech. We have a 3-step verification process. We do 3 things. One, we have to verify that what you want to do in tech is actually in high demand. That matters. It has to be in high demand. The second thing, it has to be a 6-figure career, not necessarily a job, but a job that career in tech will scale you to 6 figures. At least we want you to start close to 6 figures. And the third thing, it has to have AI included. So if you come to me or come to my team wanting to do something in tech, if we don't recommend it, it's because it's either not in high demand, it doesn't pay a whole lot of money, and or it's not like something that is very heavily involved with AI yet. So you're not going to learn AI as it relates to the role. So anyway, so I'm gonna address a couple of these comments, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump into the topic. Y'all, please make sure y'all have y'all notes out. Pay attention to this, y'all. Also, I will say this: try to stay on here. Try to not like watch this later. Try your best to watch this now, because again, the algorithm, social media's been acting really funny with me. They could take this video down. Again, people be reporting my stuff all the time because they don't like y'all getting this game. So if you could stay on, take these good notes. If you gotta go, or you can't stay on, try to rewatch it later. But again, don't be upset at me if media takes this video down, because it's been happening a lot. Anyway, I see a bunch of good comments. So I'm gonna address a few of the comments, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump into the topic. Again, y'all, make sure y'all are ready to take some notes for this game I'm about to give y'all. All right, so talk about bringing the value. Definitely. Only black people? What you mean? Hey, no. Hey, look. I'm here to help everybody. Now, look, as a black man, I have a proclivity towards helping my people. I definitely put my people first when it comes to helping my people. But if a white person, it could be a country bumpkin, blonde hair, blue eyed white boy come up to me trying to get in tech, I'm gonna help him out too. I'm a Christian. I'm here to help people. I love people. But of course, I'm gonna do for my people first, because my people, we need a lot of help. So I'm definitely gonna prioritize my people. North Carolina here, looking to pivot into tech. Each one teach one. Other thing I'll say about that comment, a lot of people don't realize. I just want to say this as a sidebar. The white community is not top 5 earners in America right now. So, and I've said this before. Y'all can look up the data on this. I have posts and statistics on this. As black people, racism still exists. Racism is a major issue that we still should fight against, still should combat. Nevertheless, I do want us, as we are talking about scaling in tech, I want us to remove this notion that there is like a white person holding us back, because they're not even running the industry right now. The Indian community, the Chinese community, the Japanese community, the Nigerian community are heavily killing it in tech right now. Still, of course, a lot of white people in tech. They're still the majority, but all in all, they're not running it economically within the United States. So I want us to like break the chains off that. And if you can't think of it that way, think of it spiritually. Understand that as long as you have a relationship with God, I know some of y'all don't believe in God. I believe in God. As long as you have a relationship with God, you have to understand that no racism, bigotry, sexism, none of those isms are powerful than the power of God. All of those demons exist. They exist and they're real, but none of those things are greater than the power of God. And that's just a straight up truth. Anyway, so somebody said, I'm tired of help desk. Okay, cool. I'm pursuing cloud solution architect. That's a great field. I'm looking to get into software development. I'm struggling to land a role. Help. Got something for you as well. Real quick, for anyone who either has went to college for tech, or you've done a tech boot camp, and for some reason you're not able to get into the industry, literally you can schedule a coaching call with me, either a 30-minute or a 1-hour coaching call with me. And I would say just book DM me on Instagram and just say you want to book a coaching call. Either me or somebody on my team will send you the link for a private coaching call with me. All right. Technology consultant, switching to QA or GRC. Yeah, those are good. All right, y'all. So look, y'all, I'm gonna get all y'all's questions at the end. Somebody said, I meant the gatekeepers you were talking about. Oh, that's what you mean. That's what you mean. That's funny. Okay, cool. Good stuff. All right, y'all. So look, I'm gonna get to y'all's questions at the end. First, I'm gonna break this down, the 5 best careers in the tech industry. I don't even want to say jobs. The 5 best careers to get into tech 2025, or not even just to get into tech, but the 5 best careers in tech. So even if you are in the tech industry, depending on what you're doing, you might want to consider switching over to these other roles I'm going to tell you. And the reason why, we all know about we all know what's here with AI. We know what's here with robotics. We know what's here when it comes to the industry and a variety of other things. So the goal is to be in tech careers that have the most longevity, that pay the most, and give you the most variety of jobs you can get. So, all right, so that's part of the reason why I'm doing this. The other reason why I'm doing this is because oftentimes people that are trying to get in tech, oftentimes people are focused on just a certain job in tech, when you don't understand that job has limitations. Many times people come to me in today, 2025, I can only speak for 2025, January 2025, people that come to me wanting to be a sales engineer, your focus should not be being a sales engineer. Those who come to me wanting to do Scrum Master, your focus should not be just being a Scrum Master, because those are individual jobs in tech. The danger of that is that it gives you a lack of options And that means where you have a lack of options, that means you have to bring more to the table. And that means you have more competition going after those options. Instead, your focus should be careers in tech. So again, there's a job and then there is a career. So I'll give y'all a couple examples. I talked about sales engineering. Sales engineering is a job in tech. Now, you could be a sales engineer as a career, but technically that's a job in tech. Realistically, you want to look at the entire career space that sales engineer fits within. What is that career space? That is tech sales. So I'll give you a quick breakdown of some different roles that are in tech sales. Different roles or jobs that are in tech sales. This is just some of them. There's a lot more than this. So there is SDR, Sales Development Representative, BDR, which is Business Development Representative, Account Manager, Sales Engineer, like I said, inside sales sales representative, outside sales representative, solutions consultant. I already mentioned account manager, and there's a list of more and more and more. Now, these are a variety of jobs in the tech sales space. Now, why would I encourage you? I would strongly discourage you from doing a program, in my opinion, that only focuses on one specific job. Now, I'm just giving an example right now of tech sales. You want to avoid something that just gives you a skill for just one specific job in tech. The reason why that can be, I'm not going to say dangerous, but the reason why it's limiting is because it's limiting. Like when you go to interview, network, apply, you are limited to that one thing. So let's say you're talking to a recruiter, hiring manager. Let's say you're at a tech networking event. By the way, we have a tech networking event on February 1st in Atlanta. It's called Grown in Techie. So make sure y'all pull up. Make sure y'all get y'all's tickets once we drop the tickets in a couple of days. Anyway, you're talking to a recruiter, hiring manager, and then you tell them, they're like, "Oh, what are you looking to do in tech, or what are you looking to do in tech?" And you let them know, like, "Oh, I want to be SDR. Not even I want to be an SDR, but I'm only skilled to be an SDR. I'm looking to be an SDR." What do you say when they hit you with, "Oh, that's too bad. We're only hiring for account executives," or, "Oh, that's too bad. We're only hiring for customer success managers," which customer success managers is in the tech sales space or the pre-sales space. And so now you look kind of crazy. Now you're like, "Oh man," like now you can't just flip and say, "Oh, I'm willing to do that too," because then it could just look like, okay, you don't really know what you want. Oftentimes it's better to highlight a career. So let them know, say, "Hey, I'm versatile I'm versatile in tech sales." Now, if they double down and they're like, "Okay, like what specifically in tech sales?" You can mention a few different things, specifically things you actually have skills in. So you don't want to be BSing. I mean, y'all could BS, do what you want to do. Y'all grown folk. But if you could mention SDR, you could tell them, "Hey, I also have training and skills to be an account executive, to do customer success management." But my rule of thumb is instead ask them what they are hiring for in tech sales. Let them tell you, because if they say, "Yeah, we're hiring for an account executive, only account executives," that's good, because maybe you would have said SDR, but now you're like, "Okay, you know what? Yeah, I am. I asked about tech sales. Yes, I'm interested in being an account executive." Again, I'm giving a tech sales example. So for those of you that are interested in being a sales engineer, customer success manager, and by the way, I wouldn't encourage anybody, again, to focus on even a customer success manager role, because again, we talk about AI. That's not, you just don't want to focus on specifically one job. But if you want to be a customer success manager, you want to be an account executive, you want to be SDR, you want to be a sales engineer, don't make your focus that specific job, particularly for those of you that are just breaking into tech or you've only worked at one company. You need to broaden your suite of skills. Don't look at a job, look at the career space. So again, the first in-demand industry in tech, the sub-industry in tech to look at is, when we talk about careers, is tech sales. Tech sales, y'all know, it's a six-figure. On average, most people in tech sales make six figures. Y'all know when I broke into tech, my first year in the industry, I scaled to over $500,000, which is incredibly, incredibly rare. I don't want anybody to hear my story and think that you'll do the same. Maybe you'll do more than me. Maybe you got more favor from God and you'll do more than me. But either way, you break into the tech industry within a year, you should be making at least around a little over $100,000. And I know people that break into the industry and they've started out at $130,000, $140,000, their very first tech sales role. So it's possible, it's doable. Now, that being said, as y'all know, every single career I'm going to mention. So the first one is tech sales. Again, SDR, BDR, account executive, customer success manager, account manager, sales engineer, inside sales representative, outside sales representative, solutions consultant. What are the other ones on off the top of my head? Channel sales manager, and there's a few others. And some of the roles I just mentioned to you, you could actually make millions of dollars. I have colleagues that are making, I mentioned me making $500,000 within my first year. I have colleagues that make millions of dollars, like their W-2 income, millions of dollars. Anyway, every single career that I'm going to mention to you, there is a boot camp, actually 2 boot camps that myself or my team have that we can recommend to you. And the boot camps, the reason why we always offer 2 options, it's largely based on your finances, because I know some people, let's just say it, like some people broke. I don't want to say poor, because poor is a mentality. Broke is a situation. Some people are broke and you maybe can't afford the best boot camp, but you can afford a really good one that will still help you get a career. Maybe your first job won't be 95,000, 110,000. Maybe your first job will be 70, 75, 80,000, which is totally fine. Either way, we give 2 options to make sure that we're able to help people. And for those of you that like, yo, you got a little bit of money and you're like, no, I'm trying to start as close to 100,000 or above 100,000 as possible. I'm trying to have all these extra resources and help and assistance. Then that's why we have a second option for you as well. So we always are going to give you 2 options. Literally all you have to do, for those of y'all that are on YouTube and LinkedIn, and this is for every career I'm going to mention, y'all. So for every career I'm mentioning, literally just those of y'all on YouTube and LinkedIn, just go to the description. You'll see the link there. You can either take our tech career quiz. So if you don't know what you should do in tech, we have a tech career quiz that doesn't limit you to what our boot camp offers. When y'all do tech career quizzes with a lot of other boot camps, they try to be slick. It's not a real quiz. It's really a quiz that just gets you to choose the options they have, which isn't fully honest. It's better to do a quiz where it gives you an option, even if it's not something they offer. And again, that's what makes our platform different. And I say that, I flex on that. That's what makes us different, is that our goal as a service, as a platform, as a business, as a ministry, our goal is to help you scale into the best tech career that's for you. Not necessarily just what we offer. Even if it's not what we offer, we're going to recommend you to it. Now, I say this straight up. We have affiliate relationships with every boot camp that we recommend you to. So we make sure that, y'all will get a discount. We get a kickback. We always get an affiliate commission. But I want y'all to understand, y'all know me, but those of y'all that don't know me, I want you to understand, I could recommend any boot camp to y'all. All of these boot camps out here want to work with us. And I don't want that to sound arrogant, because that's something I'm grateful for. Nevertheless, every boot camp y'all could ever mention to me, they all have emailed us. They've wanted to work with us, but we only recommend the best. And we know they're the best because we have interviewed their alumni. We know their program basically in and out. And whenever there's an issue or error, we drop them. Like, we drop them real quick. There was a boot camp last summer I was recommended it for about 2-3 months. Started noticing on some little errors. They were helping people get in tech, but I noticed a couple of different errors and some little stuff they was doing on the side that I was like, that's not entirely ethical. So we dropped them. We dropped them real quick. We dropped them so quick. Y'all, this is going to blow y'all's mind. We dropped them so quick, they still owed us money. And we dropped them so fast, and they weren't even aware, because it happened so quick. We shifted it and just started promoting somebody else. We say, yeah, we shifted. We're so busy, I forgot to even tell them we dropped them. So the founder was really upset. Understandably, he was pretty upset. And he was like, yo, you whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Like, he was like, man, we were still telling people to go to y'all to find out about us. So y'all know I kept it a buck with him. I said, okay, how much money do y'all still owe us as an affiliate? he was like, yo, we owe you. It was literally a couple $1,000s. And I told them to keep it. I said, you know what? Let's call it even. You keep it. Keep the affiliate money. We just don't want to promote you anymore. And again, they're not a bad program. It was just some things. They just weren't the best. Honestly, they're not the best. And it was like, yeah, we got to shift real quick. We had to change all of our links, all of that stuff. So again, y'all, those of y'all that use our links, when you speak with my team, when you speak with me, you can definitely have reassurance that whatever we recommend to you in that moment, that's the best thing ever. So again, I'm moving away from shouting out a boot camp by name unless I'm interviewing one of their alumni during a tech testimony stream. Outside of that, I don't want to online mention a boot camp because I've realized now a year, 2 years later, someone could see that video, sign up for that boot camp, even if it's not the best one anymore. And I've seen that. I've seen that time and time again. I still see people using old links of boot camps that I haven't recommended since 2 years. Like, the only reason I know why people are doing it is because I see in our account, I see the affiliate commission come in. And I'm like, that's crazy. Somebody watched that video from a year, 2 years ago, and they're still signing up. So I'm probably gonna have my team. You know what? We're gonna change the links. We're gonna go back on social media and just have to change the links. That's gonna take a couple months, but we got to do something because again, the goal is to recommend people to the best programs to help them out. So anyway, so that being said, whatever we recommend, y'all don't have to. I don't want anybody thinking like, oh, you're only recommending this boot camp because you get an affiliate commission. It's like we can get an affiliate commission, but we choose the best ones for you that help you out. So that's never been a complaint, but I at least wanted to address that. All right, good stuff. Natural DT says my problem is giving time to them. So yeah, so again, let us know. So when you speak with my team, literally when you book a free consultation to speak with my team, let them know. So we actually have a breakdown based on your budget, based on your time, based on a lot of factors. So literally let my team know if you're a person, you're like, yo, I really need to get in tech in 3 or 4 months. My team will recommend you. They already know to recommend you to the best option that gives you the highest chance for that. Or if you're a person where you're like, no, you prioritize making the most money as soon as you get in the industry, my team know who to recommend you to for that. So now there's no such thing as a Build-A-Bear. There's no super dirt cheap boot camp that also gives you all these resources and you're going to get the highest pay. It's like people be delusional. Like it's like in the dating world, how people be wanting the most and they got the least to bring to the table. It's like, it don't work like that. Y'all know it. We grown. Y'all know it does not work like that anywhere. It never works like that. Anyway, somebody says, where do I go to get the tech quiz? Literally the description below the video, there's a drop down and you'll see the link for the tech career quiz. Again, I'm seeing people say boot camp names in the chat. I just explained why I can't say a boot camp's name. So elusiveness, I'll say this, elusiveness, the boot camp you mentioned, they are really good. Right now, January 2025, they are one of the best that I recommend 2025. But again, I can't say their name because 3 months from now, 2 months from now, we could find something that's better. So it's not even about them no longer being quality. It's about us finding boot camps that are better, which is rare because the ones I work with, I know the founders. Y'all, there's a boot camp that we work with. This is going to sound crazy, y'all. There's a boot camp that we work with. I do not like the CEO. Like, I know the CEO of all of these boot camps. There's a boot camp we recommend. I'm not going to say which one. I'm not going to say which roles. I do not like the CEO at all whatsoever. Y'all don't understand how much I just don't like the CEO. But I still recommend their boot camp because their boot camp is so good. I'm like, yo, they're a really good boot camp. They really help a lot of people. So it's not about my ego. It's not about who I like and don't like. It's about the impact. It's about the ministry. It's about what helps y'all the most. And that's what gets people caught up. People get caught up on, oh, I ain't gonna recommend your program because I don't want y'all to get no money. It's like, what? Are they helping people? Yes, they're helping people. Then take your ego out of it, bro. It ain't about you. It's about the people. That's really what it's about. Anyway, so back to it. Somebody said no Red Bulls, bro. Hey, look, Hey, I'm out the country right now. I got limited options of what I can. I'm capping. I got a whole jug of water over there I could be drinking on right now. Look, I want some Red Bull. Hey, don't judge me. It's sugar free Red Bull. It ain't got no sugar in it. Don't judge me. I ain't gonna go out like Kevin Samuels. I promise. All right. Anyway, so y'all back to the topic because y'all ain't come here for my little corny jokes because I ain't a comedian. So back to the topic. So look, y'all, pay attention. Make sure have y'all notes out for this game I'm about to give y'all. So whatever it is, whatever boot camp you want to do in tech. So let's say, Lord willing, this doesn't happen. Knock on wood, whatever. I'm doing this like I'm a Catholic. I'm not a Catholic, but knock on wood. Let's say I'm gone. Let's say I go on to heaven. I'm gonna give y'all a game. So let's say I go on to heaven, and let's say nobody can ever come to me again or come to my team about the best tech boot camps or the best way to get in tech. I'm gonna give y'all my 4-point system as to what you need to look for to find the best tech boot camp to get into the industry. And it's an acronym that I have called SCALE. SCALE. LE is if that's like one acronym. The S, make sure y'all paying attention, y'all. This is something that'll help you and help others tremendously. Dang, where am I at in my notes? Where'd it go? Here we go. All right, so the S, so again, the acronym, the 4 key factors when choosing a quality boot camp. And again, we're going to get back to the other roles in tech. So the S is for skills and knowledge. Now, this is the most basic. Even a borderline trash boot camp, like going to college, you could get this in college. This is the bare minimum. Skills and knowledge. Like when people want to go to college to get in tech, which that's the craziest thing. Y'all know the industry is changing faster than college can keep up with. Like if you're in college, if you start college right now for whatever it is you're doing in tech, in a year or 2 years, that role is going to have a lot of changes and updates that your college curriculum has not been updated to. So please don't do that. Anyway, skills and knowledge. So again, going back to the 4 key factors of when choosing a quality program to help you break into the tech industry or scale, the S is for skills and knowledge. So choosing a boot camp that teaches you the essential skills for the role, including AI related tools. Y'all make sure they are teaching you AI as it relates to that role in tech and technologies as they evolve in the field. So so you want to make sure that you're learning that it's a program that's giving you everything. So again, example, do not do a QA tester boot camp. Those of y'all that are like, oh, I want to do QA, I want to do QA. Do not do a QA tester boot camp. Do a boot camp that is enhanced QA, or it's what's called SDET, Software Development Engineer and Test. The reason why is because going back to the example I gave with tech sales, this teaches you everything in QA. So just examples, and again, technically, this is the second career. So second career, SDET or QA. So don't do a QA tester program. You want something that teaches you QA testing, QA analyst, automation engineering, QA management, API testing, mobile QA testing, and a list of others. So again, literally, so for example, our QA program that we have, our SDET program, you learn all of those things within the program. The reason why, and again, y'all, this is for all of the different roles in tech I'm going to go down. The reason why is because you don't want to do a QA tester boot camp, because now the only jobs you can get in tech are QA tester jobs, because that's the only thing you can do. You want to do a training that also cross trains you with QA analyst, automation engineering, QA management, API testing, mobile testing, game testing, all of that stuff. So now, instead of you, think of it this way. Let's say for every role I just mentioned, there are 100 companies hiring for each of those roles. You don't want to only have 100 or 200 jobs you can apply to or companies you can apply to. You want to have 2,000 companies that you're qualified to work at because you are trained in all of the stuff in QA. So again, y'all, that's the second example. But going back to my acronym, so QA is the second example. That's a pop-in field in tech. Y'all already know tech sales. The reason why QA is important is because all the stuff y'all see that's happening with AI, everything that's happening with AI, these companies have to have some type of QA team that is checking and testing the technology before it's released to the public. Glory says SDET, SDET, S-D-E-T, T like tango, So SDET. But again, y'all don't have to. I don't want you. Literally, if you just click the link in my the link in the description, or for those of y'all that are on Instagram, if you just comment Tech Career Quiz or you comment Scaling Tech, everything that I'm mentioning, literally you can speak with my team, free consultation. Either you do the quiz if you don't know what to do in tech, or you can literally just schedule a call with my team. You'll see the drop down. The drop down just has a couple options, but even if there's something else particular that you know that you want to do for sure, speak with my team. They'll be able to direct you towards one or two options. So SDET, again, QA, but SDET involves everything. So again, you don't want to limit yourself. Now, again, SDET is QA. I want to be very clear, but SDET involves everything that's in QA. So you want to be very, very careful. But again, my team will be able to help you with this. I can help you with this if you DM me, whatever. Anyway, so again, QA is a great field. The reason why it's in high demand, specifically QA when it comes to AI as well, is because we're talking about robots. Y'all know robotics is going crazy this year. If anybody's been keeping up with NVIDIA, a lot of y'all might not know this. In April, let me know if those of y'all that live in Atlanta or you live in Austin or Dallas, Texas. Y'all pay attention, y'all. April this year, they are launching self-driving Lyft and Uber rides in Atlanta, in Austin, and in Dallas. So they're launching self-driving vehicles. Uber and Lyft have partnered with Waymo, the self-driving taxis, and they are launching in those cities. So literally, y'all, even the Uber and Lyft drivers, they're about to be replaced. I give it 5 years tops. 5 years, and y'all could quote me on this, 5 years tops before the majority of rides are self-driving vehicles. Not all. It's never going to be all. Even 10 years from now, it's not going to be all, because everyone's going to want an option to ride with a person. But that's another topic. We covered that yesterday. We do our AI tech news on Saturdays. That's a whole nother topic. I've been telling people this was going to happen, and people years ago said I was capping. That's why I started Tech is the New Black, because I want y'all to understand this is more than just me helping y'all get into better careers to make more money. This is also about saving people from careers that are about to be obsolete. Somebody said RPA. So I'm an RPA right now. I don't recommend RPA personally. The reason why is because it doesn't meet the three parameters that I mentioned earlier. It has to be something that's in high demand, 6 figures, and has AI related to it. RPA has 2 of the 3. You make a lot of money. It has AI skills related to it. The demand is decent, but the demand is not high. The reason why I was able to get a role in RPA, I did a really good program, but it also was because of my network. I never applied to an RPA job. I want y'all to understand that. All the RPA jobs that I got, it was because some recruiter friends of mine were like, oh, you're doing RPA. Hey, these are some companies that are hiring. We're going to go ahead and hook you up with the roles. So again, y'all, I don't encourage anyone to do it. So y'all, again, pay attention. Whatever I recommend, and again, I could recommend RPA, and I'm an affiliate of RPA programs, but I'm not going to recommend it. I could recommend Scrum Master, because I'm an affiliate of a Scrum Master program, but I'm not going to recommend it to y'all because I know that right now Scrum Master is not in super high demand and it's getting folded into project management roles. So trust me, y'all, if I'm not recommending something to you, it's not because in some kind of way it doesn't benefit me. It'll always benefit me. It's because it doesn't benefit you the most. So we talked about tech sales. So the first and the second in-demand roles are careers in tech sales. The second one is SDET, S-D-E-T. Again, and the reason why we mention these careers is because specifically if you're doing a quality program, the programs we recommend, you will be cross-trained in multiple things. So now you don't have a limitation of options. Now, whenever you go to a company and it says we're hiring for QA, you don't have to question if you don't have to worry if it's QA analyst, if it's QA automation, if it's QA manager, if it's API tester. You don't even have to worry about it. You could just apply because you know that whatever it is in QA, you're qualified for. Same thing for tech sales. You don't want to have to worry like, okay, is this company hiring for customer success? Or are they hiring for account executive? Or are they hiring for SDR? It's like as long as you're doing a program that cross-trains you, you will be good to go. The other reason why y'all want to make sure y'all are cross-trained, y'all, please, I hope y'all are paying attention. Please pay attention to this. The other reason you want to make sure you're cross-trained, it doesn't just help you be able to get more jobs. It also keeps you safe in your role. So if a company is doing layoffs, and I'm doing a training tomorrow within our for our bootcamp cohort. For those of y'all that are here that are within our bootcamp, a part of the training we're doing tomorrow for Monday mentorship, we are going to go over how to know in advance that your company, that if your company is going to be doing layoffs, like a way for you to know months in advance if your company is going to do layoffs. But anyway, that being said, you want to make sure that whatever you're learning that is versatile. So again, I keep saying that, but the other reason why is because in the event that your company is doing a layoff, if you have a manager, like your manager will know that you have the most versatile skill sets amongst everybody else that's on your team. So you'll be a person, your company, you'll be the last person they will want to lose. The person that a company will let go real quick is a one-trick pony. All you know how to do is SDR. All you know how to do is you're just a QA tester. You don't know automation. You don't know engineering. You don't know API testing. Yeah, get rid of him. Get rid of her. They want the person that's most versatile. So again, y'all, make sure you're getting skills that give you versatility because it gives you more options of companies you can work at. It also allows you to negotiate for higher salary. That's a whole nother thing. And it gives you more safety and security in your company and then in the industry overall. All right, so I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to go back to the acronym that I skipped over. So the 4 key factors when choosing a quality bootcamp, I'm going to go through this real quick. So I already mentioned skills and knowledge. That's the basics of what you get in college. Skills and knowledge. The second thing, you don't get this from college, career resources. So a great bootcamp just doesn't teach you, or great tech career education in general doesn't just teach you the skills. They prepare you for the job hunt. So this is things like your resume writing, your cover letter assistance, your interview training, and the list goes on and on. People come to me often and they're like people are like, oh, can somebody look at my resume? Can somebody look at my cover letter? And I do that. But in my head, I'm like, if you just do a really quality boot camp, they don't just give you the education, they also cover all of this stuff as well. But again, let's get off of that. So skills and knowledge for S, because again, the acronym is SCALE, SCALE, skills and knowledge, career resources. The third one, the A, is for attracting recruiters and hiring managers. A lot of people don't know about this. You can actually, literally, a quality program will teach you how to build your professional brand, your professional career brand. And the program will allow you to optimize your LinkedIn, teach you networking strategies, and help you stand out even when you're not applying for jobs. Most of the companies I've worked at in tech, I didn't apply to them until basically they reached out to me. I didn't have to apply to them. It was because I learned how to build up a professional tech career brand, which a quality bootcamp will do that. Now, again, every bootcamp that we will recommend to you, they do that. All of them do that. Now, of course, again, we always give you 2 options depending on what it is you want to do in tech. Of course, you get more from the ones that are a higher investment. Either way, you get that. So the S is for skills and knowledge. The C is for career resources. The A is for attracting recruiters. And the LE is for leveraging and evolving. So you want a program that will help you leverage a community. So basically, they're giving you a tech community. And this involves mentors, networking opportunities. And the E is for evolving, your ability to evolve with the community over time. So you want to make sure you're not doing a program where they just help you get in tech, and after you're in tech, like you can't continue to ask them for help. Any program, all of the, and again, so I'm actually giving y'all the framework as to how I vet boot camps. So whenever a boot camp emails me and they're like, "Hey Cyrus, can you please recommend our boot camp?" and I meet with them, I always do a meeting with the boot camp founder, or if they're like a really, really popular boot camp or really successful, I'll meet with their leadership team, and I go over these points with them. And the point that a lot of them are missing is this community piece, where basically they might help you get a job, but once you get a job, that's it. You're on your own. I don't recommend programs like that. It has to be a program that after you get a job, they continue to give you career support, to make sure you have that community to help you, to make sure that those mentors that are there to give you that support. Likewise, they also will help you scale further in the industry. They'll give you key insights. And again, you're a part of, I don't want to say a family because that sounds cheap at this point, but in a sense, it's like you're a community. We'll just say that you're a part of a community. Now, for those that are looking for a tech community, we actually have a community of over 5,000 professionals and techies. So literally, you get access to that. Even if you do one of the other boot camps or programs that I recommend, you still get access, not just to the community, but also to some private resources that we have to be able to really, really kind of like support you even further alongside of the boot camp or program that you do. So anyway, so again, y'all, so the 4 key factors you want to look for, let's say, Lord willing, this doesn't happen, knock on wood, let's say I'm gone and you're like, okay, Cyrus isn't here, his team isn't here to be able to help direct us towards the best way to get in tech. The 4 things you want to look for when you're looking at a program, you want to make sure they're giving you skills and knowledge, up-to-date skills and knowledge that include AI as it relates to the role. If a program is not teaching you AI as it relates to the role, it is outdated. I don't care what they talk about. I don't care what they teaching. They're outdated. They better be to some capacity teaching you AI, because of you in these interviews. And again, y'all, it's more than just you getting a job in tech. It's after. It's you talking to other companies. If you're not mentioning that you have some training when it comes to AI as it relates to your role, yo, you sounding a little outdated. You sounding low key outdated. In about 5 years, not even 5 years, in 2 or 3 years, it's almost going to be like you're a person who doesn't know how to type almost. Which is a bit of an exaggeration, but it kind of gets the point across. They're going to be looking at you like, what? Huh? That's the norm now. So again, so make sure they have those 4 key factors. They give you the skills and knowledge. 2, they give you career resources. That's they also help you with your cover letter, your LinkedIn, your resume, your a variety of those things, your interviewing skills. They also they help you with having a professional brand. So it's more than just the knowledge and them helping you get a job. They need to help you get a brand, because when you have a certain professional brand, when you're branded like that certain career in tech, now you're attracting recruiters and hiring managers to you. And the 4th thing, they have to give you a community that you can evolve with time. Let me know in the chat if this is good game, if y'all are liking this. Hey, what's up? What's up, recruiter cousin? Shanae knows about a lot of this. She knows about all this, honestly. Let me know if you like my acronym, Shanae. Acronym is SCALE. It's for people to know like what they need to be able to scale in the industry. They need to make sure they have the skills and knowledge, that they have the career resources, like making sure that they have their cover letter, their resume, their interviewing skills down packed. The 3rd piece is having a professional brand that looks attractive to recruiters. And the 4th one is leveraging a community that they can evolve with. So that way they're not just getting in the industry, but that they have a community of others that are advancing, that they can advance with. They can be inspired by, they can be motivated with. They can like, give each other game and resources. They can give each other referrals to their companies, all of that stuff. So again, y'all, so those are the 4 key factors you want to look for. I keep jumping around, so I'm gonna try to get back on track now. Good game, bro. I'm ready to sign up. I was studying for the CompTIA Net. Yeah, so look, a great comment. So shouts out to you for studying for that. Also, you want to, I should have had this in my notes. I don't have this in my notes. Make sure, y'all, you're not just getting certifications. So another thing I'll say, a good quality program is going to also make sure they help you get the certifications you need for that role. Don't be out here, again, y'all can collect certifications all day, which is good. Certifications are good, but certifications, and the recruiters in the chat, y'all let me know in the chat, all the recruiters in the chat, recruiter cousin and others, they can attest to this. If it's between you and all you have, or you gotten some certifications, but you actually don't have you haven't done practical application. You don't have examples of you actually doing that thing, whether it's you doing it in a testing scenario, like in a boot camp, or you actually doing the job in the industry or some other company. The recruiters are going to choose the other people over you. Y'all have to remember, for those that are just thinking, and I get the mindset is like, okay, well, this certification is only $40. I can get this certification for free. I get the mindset, but you have to remember you are competing. It's like you're competing to get in the NBA or the NFL, which honestly is better because you have a longer career. NBA, NFL, they have an average of 2.5 to 3.5 year career span. And so you could have a 30, 40-year career in the industry where you'll make more money with time. And so you have to think about it that way. You have to remember, you don't just need the skills just to qualify. You need the skills to outcompete others. Somebody said, shit, that CompTIA 400. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, to the point. So the CompTIA might be that much, but I know people try to get some other things. Now, again, a good program, the certifications are good, but again, a good program. And let me mention that when we go to the acronym scale, when we talk about the A having those, the C having those career resources, the certifications are also a part of those career resources as well. That has to be a part of it. Somebody said some 200,000 or even 300,000 just for bachelor's tuition, dorm food. Yeah, college is crazy. And for those who don't know, I haven't gone to college. So I'm not going to college. Somebody gonna say in the comments like, yeah, I could tell you're a little ghetto. No, I'm just playing. All right, cool. So anyway, so back to the main topic, the 5 careers. So we went over the four factors when choosing a quality program to help you get in tech. Again, college is not going to do that. Certifications aren't going to do that. College will give you the skills and the knowledge. Most will. Hopefully they do. Again, they got to have AI. If they ain't doing AI, then they super outdated. Most don't give you the resources. Some give you the resources. They don't know how to give you the ability to attract recruiters with those pieces that I mentioned. And they don't give you that evolving community that you can evolve with and have and constantly go back to. You do college, and then after that, you're trying to get in tech, you can't go back to your professors and all your classmates. They're not a community of people that are going to help you 3, 4, 5 years down the line. So again, I'm giving y'all game because the reason why I talk about scaling in tech. I used to say break in tech all the time, but you can't even think about breaking into tech. You have to think scaling, because it's not about getting in the industry. It's about being able to scale further. So, because again, it's competitive, and I love it. I love that it's competitive, because people out here ain't trying to compete. People out here just trying to just chill. Hey, bro, your tech career quiz doesn't work. So look, I will say this: if it's not working, it's not the quiz, it's the link, probably. So if it's not working, for those of y'all on Instagram that say it's not working, just DM me either on my Instagram or the Texas New Black Instagram, and we'll give you the updated link. Or just go to the website. If you comment, get me in tech, and you go to the website, either way, you'll see the quiz on the website. And if the quiz works on the website, people use it all the time. But if for some reason it's not working, just DM us, email us. We got y'all. We ain't gonna leave y'all hanging. Anyway, so look, y'all. So we talked about, so going back to the main topic, the 5 most versatile tech careers for 2025. Again, because we mentioned tech sales. Now, tech sales is not a job. Tech sales is a versatile career in tech. SDR, BDR, account executive, customer success manager, account manager, sales engineering, solutions consultant, inside sales rep, outside sales rep, channel sales manager. It's a versatile career. You want to make sure you're doing a program that doesn't just train you on one thing, but it gives you is giving you a versatility of things. Same thing for QA. Don't do a QA tester bootcamp. Do a QA program that gives you the entire suite of everything in QA. That's QA tester, QA analyst, automation engineer, QA manager, API tester, mobile tester, game tester, all of this stuff. Again, the reason why is because any company that's hiring for QA, you know that you're qualified for it off back. Off bat, you're qualified for it. And again, it also helps you get promoted faster. It helps you negotiate a higher salary, and it gives you greater career security. All right, so that's 1 and 2. Then the next one's the third one. This third one, low key, this third one, y'all be sleeping on this. Honestly, this third one is, I'm not gonna say this third one is the GOAT right now. I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it's up there. The third one is data analyst. I don't talk about this enough. I'm about to need some water. This Red Bull making my mucus a little thick. Pause. Is that a pause moment? I don't even know. I'm just say pause just in case. You got to be careful. You got always got to have a pause ready because you never know. But the third one is data analyst. Now, in a quality data analyst program, and again, any of the ones, again, we'll always recommend you to 2. They will help you when it comes to getting a data analyst role, a marketing analyst, financial analyst, healthcare analyst, business analyst. So a lot of y'all that want to be a business analyst, data analyst, business analyst, they overlap. Intelligence analyst, and again, a list of others. Data analyst, the reason why I said it's so important, same thing to be like, even in terms of those of y'all that want to be tech recruiters, data analysts. I strongly encourage that, because even tech recruiters, it's not how it is at like traditional companies. We're talking about the tech industry, not even just the tech industry. We're talking about high level corporate. If you're trying to make 6 figures as a tech recruiter, you need to have the skills where you know how to basically have the skill set of an analyst. Recruiters that are in the chat, let me know, let people know. Y'all do more than just look at resumes and cover letters. Half the time, y'all don't even look at those. Y'all are analysts. Y'all have to analyze, and not in a theoretical way. Some people hear analyze and you're like, oh, I know how to analyze. It's like an actual skill. We're not talking about the soft skill of analyzing. There's an actual skill and process. There's software, there's CRMs, there's certain technology that's expected of you to use. Lyft Life Tutor, no, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. So look, for a lot of y'all, I don't recommend that. I'm not gonna say their name. Bump it. I'll say their name. I don't care. So if it's a boot camp, I just really don't recommend, then I'll say their name. So it'll help people avoid them. I don't recommend Coursera. Again, Coursera is good if you want some extracurricular stuff. Let's say you're already in the tech industry, or let's say you've already done a quality program and you just want some extra sauce on the side. Coursera is good for that. But no, I don't recommend them. Somebody who's trying to get in the industry, I don't recommend just going to them. So there are programs where you will hear stories of, oh, a person got a job, they did this program, but it's like, okay, how often is that someone does their program and gets a job in the industry? That's what you really have to look at. And that's the purpose of our platform. The purpose of our platform is we vet these programs, and I know how to vet these programs because I did a boot camp to get in tech. I've helped thousands of people get into tech through boot camps. I've recommended boot camps that used to be good that later on their quality went down, and then people were having a harder time getting in the industry. So I had to learn really quickly, like, oh snap, I can't keep recommending a program just because they used to be good. If they're no longer good, I have to stop recommending them. And also, if I find programs that are just as good, but then their price is better, I recommend them. And so literally, so that's the purpose of our platform. And so again, it's to take the guesswork away from y'all. It's to take the guesswork away. So that way you're not trying to figure out, okay, can I trust this program? Is it good? Is it legitimate? It's like literally you can come to us. We vetted them top to bottom. I have interviews with most of these programs, all of that good stuff. Matthias, that statement is crazy. That statement is crazy. That statement is like saying, that statement is like when men be like, man, ain't no good women out here no more. Or when women say, ain't no good men out here. It's like, yes, there are. You just need to know, again, it's the whole purpose our platform does what it does. You need to know how to find quality ones. So you're making that statement based off of a limited pool of research and experiences and anecdotal evidence of what you have. You need a quality one. And of course, you also need to make sure the other part is on the person. So I say this all the time. It's not a boot camp's job for you to get in the industry. It's your job. It's the boot camp's job to get you to what's called the 99-yard line. Basically, they give you all of the resources, all of the knowledge, all of the training. They give you everything. And maybe they can help you get some interviews. Oh yeah, a lot of them are bootleg. A lot of them are straight up bootleg. A lot of them are bootleg. Those are facts, super facts. Anyway, y'all. So yeah, but at the end of the day, it's up to you. Real quick, I do want to say this. For those, we do offer guaranteed interviews with leaders at major tech companies through our program. Now, again, I'm not telling people that y'all need to do our program, because there's other programs we recommend as well. But for those of y'all that are interested in the Scale and Tech program, specifically the things that we offer, not the boot camps we recommend, we do have guaranteed interviews, because through our network that we have, basically we have it set up to where you can get interviews in major companies, whether we're talking the Oracles, the Googles, the Microsofts, and a list of others. So we have that as an option within our program. So now it's not necessary, because we have internal referrals that are always happening anyway, but the guaranteed interview piece is good as well. Anyway, y'all, so let's get back to the topic. So data analyst is really good to look into. Somebody said where to find the program. Yeah, literally just comment "Get Me in Tech." Let me change this from comment "Get Me in Tech" or "Tech Quiz" for those on Instagram. For those on YouTube and LinkedIn, go to the description. If you comment something, I don't have automation set up. I keep forgetting to set up automations on LinkedIn. For those of y'all on YouTube and LinkedIn, literally just go to the description underneath the video and you will see the link for either the tech career quiz. So if you don't know what to do in tech, you're like, okay, which one do I do? You're like, Cyrus, I'm here. You mentioned all this stuff. Which one is good for me? Which one is perfect for me? Our quiz, literally you do it, it'll direct you towards, it'll always give you 2 to 3 options. So it never limits you, because I'm really big on not limiting people. So it always give you the best 2 to 3 options based on your answers and what you selected. So again, Oris, you don't need to comment "Get Me in Tech." You just need to go to the description below to be able to get access. Oh, that's crazy. So no disrespect to your comment, Farzov. You said, I don't think data analysts will be so valuable. Data analyst is low key. Data analyst, data science, that is low key the bedrock. We talk about, so data science, of course, is different. That's like a higher up promotional role from data analysts. But literally, that is the bedrock of artificial intelligence. I want y'all to understand that data science is the bedrock of artificial intelligence. Because again, all AI is, and I don't want to minimize AI, because a lot of people try to minimize and try to downplay it like it's not impressive. You need the data. Like, it's all ran on data. Data is literally what it's all ran on. And it's not just data, but you need to know how to actually analyze the data, or you need to understand the science of the data. So it's not just feeding data into AI. It's about having, again, understanding data science in a way that the data is being fed the right way, so the AI is understanding it and is able to, I don't want to say reason with it, but y'all understand what I'm trying to say. And again, data is the bedrock to the industry. So again, as a data analyst, a good program, you can get a variety of roles. And again, you get promoted up to a data scientist. I know plenty of people in the data space that are making $400,000, $500,000, $300,000. And that's modest. Like, we talking like 250, 200. That's pretty modest. Now, you're not going to start off making that kind of money, but definitely you can scale to those types of salaries and incomes over the years. So the data is the number 3 that I would mention. So Shekinah, great comment. So UX UI design, that is going back to the entire reason for this, and you probably came in a little late, so no worries. So those are jobs in tech. So UX, UI, those are jobs in tech. Those are good jobs in tech. But what we're talking about is the best careers. So the best tech careers 2025. A career, and again, I know it's semantics, but in this context, career, we're treating career different than job, because you can get a job as a QA person, but you want to have a career that's in the product space, or a career that's going to, because UX typically falls under the product umbrella, where UX UI design, you can be a product owner, all of that. There's usually a product manager that oversees, or even a product owner that oversees those departments and those teams. So UX UI is good. I recommend people to it, but I would recommend someone to make sure that they're specifically learning UX UI as it pertains to AI, or learning something that's more robust within that space. So you're cross-trained with UX, user experience. You're cross-trained with user interface training. You're cross-trained with some other stuff as well. So again, y'all, so the first three, the tech sales space, the SDET space, or which is QA, is everything in QA, tech sales, everything in tech sales. The third one, data analyst, everything in the data analyst, which also overlaps with business analyst, business intelligence, data engineer. You move up to data scientist, marketing analyst, financial analyst, healthcare analyst, all of that specifically relating to the technology part of it. The fourth one is something y'all never hear me talk about. I've only talked about this one time on my page, DevOps. DevOps is a really great career. Again, not a job necessarily, but a career in tech. That again, with a quality program, and again, there's with any one of these programs, when y'all literally hit me up or hit my team up, the programs that we recommend, again, they'll cross train you in a variety of things. So DevOps, you can look to get roles, a quality DevOps program. You'll be able to get roles like a Linux admin, in some cases a cloud admin, cloud DevOps engineer, site reliability engineer, multi-cloud DevOps engineer, and then again, a list of other roles as well. But the DevOps space is popping. I had an interview on my page. I interviewed a young dude in his 20s. He literally had been working in DevOps for only 4 months, three months, and he was already making, I think, $300,000. And it was people in the comments that was like, cap, he's capping. But again, he did one of the programs that we recommend, and that program literally, it didn't limit him in his DevOps role, so it taught him a variety of things. But two, because he had so much knowledge and skill, he was actually out the gate able to land a senior DevOps role. Now, mind you, he kind of played it off like he had the skills of a senior DevOps engineer, which he kind of did, not the experience, but he had the knowledge of it. Of course, he had to work really hard. The other thing is that he did something called job stacking. So he literally got 2 jobs and was working. I'm not sure if he's still doing this, but he's working 2 jobs in the industry. And that's how he was at a $300K salary. I went live with him because people thought it was cap. So I went live with him. Once he explained it, people were like, oh, but it was like at first, it was some people in the comments that were so like, nah, this sound like cap. And it was like, what? Y'all know when I interview people, it's like the straight up truth. And so once I went live with him and everybody got to like actually hear his story, immediately everybody was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So anyway, so DevOps is great. And again, y'all, everything I'm talking about, and I'm saying is I know new people are joining in. Somebody said overemployment. Yeah, overemployed, job stacking, all that good stuff. So the 5th one, which is a phenomenal space, y'all already know, cybersecurity. Like cybersecurity cybersecurity is not just a career of jobs. It's not just a sub industry in tech. Cybersecurity is also, it's not just a suite of careers in tech. It also is an actual industry in tech. So meaning that you can do a tech sales job at a cybersecurity company. So I'm going to do a part 2 to this. So again, the purpose of this, what I'm doing tonight, I'm going over the best careers in tech for 2025. The next one I'm going to do is going to be the best industries in tech. And I'll give y'all a couple of spoilers. I already gave y'all one. Cybersecurity is one of the best industries. Another one of the best industries is the crypto exchange market. Again, specifically for 2025, really, I would say the first half of 2025, because it still is a little interesting in that space. But the crypto exchange market, Coinbase is mass hiring right now. Mass hiring. On average, the roles Coinbase is hiring for, they're paying for about $432,000 on average. When I say on average, that means they're paying for roles that are $800,000 and more, and they're paying for roles that are like 100,000, 150,000. So even the lowest paying roles they're doing right now at Coinbase is $100,000. So the lowest paying job you can get at Coinbase is $100,000 job right now. But again, y'all, you got to have the skills. So they're hiring for tech sales. They're hiring for the data stuff, all the data stuff I mentioned. They're hiring for some of the QA, and they're hiring for, of course, actually, they're hiring for all of these, actually. So all of the ones we just went over, they're hiring for all of them. Same thing, Salesforce right now. For those of y'all that know Salesforce is hiring about 1,000 tech sales right now, different variety of tech sales roles. So again, y'all, make sure y'all are doing some quality programs. I mean, I say this unashamedly, just come to us because we'll always recommend you 2 different options. In most cases, unless we drop a boot camp, we'll always have at least one option for you. Either way, it'll be options that we verified have helped people get in the tech industry, are quality, top to bottom, and they also have those 4 different factors that I mentioned earlier. So again, y'all, just to kind of go over it, for cybersecurity, let me break it down. Cybersecurity, want to talk about GRC analyst or governance, risk, and compliance. Security analyst, cloud security specialist, which of course overlaps with the cloud space, incident response specialist, and a few others. The only reason I put cybersecurity as number 5, even though cybersecurity is an amazing field in tech, you have less options in cybersecurity that you can break into faster. So, for instance, most of the programs that I recommend, like if we talk about the other 4, tech sales, QA/SDET, data analyst, DevOps, in those spaces, you typically can get in the industry faster in those spaces than cybersecurity. And now, again, there are roles in cybersecurity that you can break into the industry faster. But based on all the boot camps that I've worked with, based on the thousands of testimonies I've heard behind the scenes, the hundreds I've posted about, cybersecurity is one of the best fields to work in, but it's so competitive in that space as well. So it usually takes people a little bit longer to get in cybersecurity. Y'all let me know in the chat. A lot of y'all come to me, y'all like, yo, I got my security plus, I got my I want to say C++, but that's literally a coding language. I got my security plus, I got my CompTIA. Y'all be telling me all the certs. Y'all be like, man, I ain't got a job. And again, certifications alone aren't what gets you a job. Nevertheless, y'all know, y'all can attest to it. The cybersecurity space is very competitive because it's worth it. It's honestly worth it. But these other industries are not as popular as cybersecurity. Believe it or not, they're just not. Cybersecurity is just so dang on popular. So anyway, that being said, y'all, so again, the 5 different ones, the 5 different careers, not jobs, but careers in the tech industry that give you the most versatility. Tech sales. You want to do a program that's teaching you tech sales. You want to do a program, or you want to do a program that's not just teaching you QA testing, but it's teaching you everything in QA. Fully enhanced, comprehensive QA. That's QA tester, QA analyst, automation engineer, QA manager, API tester. The list goes on and on. Or data analyst, a program that gives you a suite of knowledge in data analyst. I see people dropping names of boot camps. I would encourage you to please not do that because I'll say this: drop whatever y'all want to drop. I would encourage people because again, some of the programs y'all are recommending. The reason why I can't say some of the boot camp names, I know some of the founders of the boot camps y'all are posting. Like I know them, we got each other's numbers. Their programs are good, but I know their programs are not the best. And so I don't recommend them for those reasons. So I'm not going to say any by name because if I say them, somebody could clip this and share it with them and they could literally shoot me a text tonight like, dang, bruh, like, why you put down my program? So again, I want to keep my relationships good. And that's why I recommend, instead of me like saying something bad about a program online, I just say, yo, I just recommend the ones that I know are the best. And I'm not saying that other ones aren't good or even really good. It's just based on the factors I mentioned earlier, as well as the rate of people getting careers. I just like to recommend the ones that are the best. So that's all I'll say with that part. So all right, y'all. So look, so again, y'all went over those different pieces. So I'm about to get to y'all's questions. I know a lot of y'all have a lot of questions. We're about to get to y'all's questions that y'all been submitting. For those of y'all on Instagram, click above. There's a drop down, a place for you to actually post your questions at. I'll get to your questions. For those of y'all on YouTube, LinkedIn, y'all can just post your questions in the chat. Y'all are going crazy. Shouts out to all of y'all that are on here. Again, make sure y'all smash that like button, stomp on that like button, punch that like button, whatever you got to do. Go ahead and hit the like button. So yeah, so make sure y'all do that. Show some love, because your boy ain't getting paid for doing this. I'm literally trying to help y'all out for 2025. I wanted to do this last year, but I forgot to do it. And I really wished I did, because people were doing other types of programs, or they were going into other fields in tech where it's like, yo, that field is not popping right now. So again, y'all, the top 5, the tech sales career space, the SDET career space, which again involves QA. Everybody knows about QA. SDET encompasses, QA is within SDET. Data analyst, DevOps, cybersecurity. And again, all of these are amazing. All of these, again, when you're doing a quality program, you will have a variety of roles that you'll be able to get, a variety of roles. And so again, for those of y'all that are on Instagram, just comment. I'll say comment scale in tech. Either comment scale in tech or get me in tech on Instagram, and we'll have a link for you to be able to schedule a call with my team. When you go to the website, if you don't know what you should do in tech, just do our tech career quiz, and it'll route you towards the best one based on your answers. Literally what's best for you. For those of y'all on LinkedIn, YouTube, just click the description down below the video, and you'll see the links that are there to take the quiz or to be able to schedule a call with the team. Also, for anybody that wants to, let's say you've already went to college for tech recently, or let's say you've done all these certifications and you're like, or let's say you're like, man, I'm not really sure if I need a boot camp, whatever. Literally, you can just book a call with me, either a 30-minute session, a 1-hour session. Just DM me. You could DM me on LinkedIn or on Instagram. Let me know that you want to book a private call with me, and I'll be able to help you out. Obviously, my time is limited, so I won't be able to do a one-on-one with everybody. So I would encourage you to only schedule a one-on-one with me if you're actually like, if you're really kind of at a crossroads and you really need like that help from me. So, because I only have so much time to do, but so many one-on-ones. Outside of that, y'all can schedule a free consultation with my team, or you can do the tech career quiz, and we'll be able to direct you towards the best thing to do in the industry. So now let's go ahead and get to these questions y'all got. And again, y'all click the links down below or in my bio, whatever, and my team will help you out. First question. All right, so I'm gonna just answer this, then I'm gonna actually get to the other questions people pre-submitted. First question: what is the top 3 tech sales companies to work for, apply for at SDR, BDR? There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a top tech sales company to work for or to apply to. I will tell you this. So within our program and the other programs I recommend, we have an actual, literally you get trained on, I'm not going to go into it because I only got so much time. But long story short, you don't want to focus on 1 or 2 companies. That's another thing that trips people up. So there's no such thing as a best tech sales company. There's no such thing as the best cybersecurity company or the best this company. There are thousands of companies. And that's just what it is. So, but again, Salesforce is mass. There are a lot of really good companies. Salesforce is mass hiring right now for tech sales, as well as Coinbase. Like I just mentioned, Coinbase is hiring for tech sales, and a variety of other companies as well. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get to the pre-submitted questions that were sent in earlier. Let's see. How can I get to these questions without ruining the chat? Dang, that sucks. Let's see. Let me try this again. Dang. All right. So I'm gonna have to get to the questions this way then. All right. So I'm accidentally gonna have to share these questions. I wasn't trying to do this, but it is what it is. Oh, I can't even see the ones. This thing got me oh, that sucks. All right, so let's see. I don't even know. I'm gonna just have to get to the live questions y'all are sitting in, because this stop sharing. Yeah, stop sharing, because that's weird. That's not gonna work out. All right, so I'm just have to get to y'all's live questions. So, what advice do you have for a guy coming out of college in 2022 with a CS degree, computer science degree? I had 2 previous roles in tech, but a crossroad right now. So again, y'all notice that I didn't mention software engineering or computer science degrees, basically for software engineers. Y'all notice I didn't mention that when I said the best top 5 roles. The reason why, software engineering is good, but right now, most companies are hiring for, again, a spinoff of software engineering. You could go the data science route / data analyst. You could go the cybersecurity route, or there's a third route you could go. I forget what the third route is right now, but anyway, there's usually 3 different routes you'd want to go, I would say. But the thing though is that, and again, this goes back to college. The reason why I don't recommend people go to college to get a degree in tech is kind of the issue that this person's probably dealing with, is that you most likely aren't trained in data science. You most likely aren't trained in cybersecurity. You're trained more than likely just with computer science, as you have a computer science degree, which that degree is good, but the industry right now, it's crazy competitive. Companies are not impressed with somebody with a computer science. They want somebody that has that other stuff that I mentioned. So my recommendation to you, I mean, I don't want to tell you, you said you did it in 2022. Yeah, honestly, I would say this. I would say this. I said I wasn't going to say any boot camps by name out loud. I'm still not, because I want to be careful of people that are going to watch this in the future. I would say this: just DM me or DM me or schedule a call with my team. There are 2 different roles in tech that I know that you can get into that would not be either it wouldn't cost you anything, or it'd be like dirt cheap. It'd be cheaper than a lot of the certifications that are out there. So literally just DM me, because you need something else right now, because it's more than you need something else, not just to get into the industry, but to stay dangerous, to stay in demand in the industry. So good question though. Our next question. What about cloud solutions architect? Do you feel that field is lapsing? So yeah, so same thing. So that's one of the roles I didn't really get to mention. So the cloud solutions architect role, that's in the cloud space, but also a solutions architect. It can overlap with the post sales space in tech. So yeah, that's a very popping space. So when I mentioned DevOps earlier, the cloud solutions architect, that falls under that department. So again, the programs that I recommend, now, if you already have the skills for that, totally cool, run with it. But just for those that everybody else is here, or if you don't have the skills, then the DevOps program that we'd recommend to you, that teaches you Linux and all the other stuff, you'll be good for this as well, or it'll be good for you rather. All right. If I was in a program and I wasn't able to land a job, should I join another quality boot camp? So so it's like this. It's really like this. If you did a quality boot camp, because there's 2 things. There are trash boot camps that are out there. It's really 3 things. There are trash boot camps. There are lazy people or trash people. And then there are people who did a good program, but you want to have a testimony like mine, or like a lot of other people that I interview, where it's like, yo, I did this program and it's been 2, 3, 4 months. I don't have a job in tech yet. The program was bad. Is the program bad, or are you impatient? I have never, only once or twice have I ever interviewed someone where they were doing basically everything they need to do, which isn't a lot. Just your LinkedIn being properly optimized, your resume, cover letter, all that stuff being set up properly, you having really good, your interviewing stuff being up to par, and your networking. Those 3 pieces, your application processing, your network, all of those pieces I just mentioned, 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, people don't have all of those pieces down. They'll do a program And then it's like they'll want the education and they want the certification. They're like, yeah, I'm supposed to get a job now. And it's like, yo, you still have to do work. Like people go to college. Like the person that y'all notice, the person that just asked the other question, he has a degree in computer science. He graduated from college in 2022. It's been 3 years or almost 3 years since he got his tech degree from college. Doesn't have a job. Like I always say that happens. But people don't do that and say, oh, computer science is a scam. They could go 3-4 years and be like, they're not going to say it's a scam. They're just going to say, I don't have a job yet. You have to think of the same way. So I would say if you did a quality program, if it covers those 4 pieces I mentioned, the scale, the acronym that I gave you, if it did the scale, then I would say if you still have access to that boot camp or program, go back to them. Like if I would say this, if you do a boot camp and let's say like a few months later, you don't have a job in tech, if that boot camp isn't still helping you, if they're like, hey, bro, you on your own now, that's a trash boot camp. That's some hot garbage right there. That's some hot garbage. That's some hot garbage right there. Like I feel obligated to help people if I recommend them to a boot camp and 4 or 5 months later they don't have a job, even if it's not my boot camp. I still feel like, man, let me give them resources, let me help them out. So if you do a program and you don't have a job and they're not still there to help you out, and again, y'all, some programs do this. Some programs operate like college. And again, y'all, it's one of the many, many reasons why I'm like, do not go to college to get in tech, because you get that degree and you don't have the support of that university, of that professor and those individuals. So again, y'all, so I would say this, if you did a trash program, going back to your question, if I was in a program, I wasn't able to land a job. So I would say my question to you is, how long ago did you finish the program? What did you learn in the program? Like what specific thing did they teach you? Those are my first 2 questions. And then from there, I would say I would need to DM me your LinkedIn. I want to see your LinkedIn, and also tell me what your application process is like. Just DM me that stuff and I'll look out for you. All right, y'all. So people asking how much are the boot camps? So the boot camps, again, it's a variety. It's literally 5 different ones. All of them. So the average price of a boot camp, understand this first, the average price of a tech boot camp in general. So we know like the average price of college to get a tech career in college is somewhere around $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 or even beyond that. A tech boot camp, average price for a tech boot camp is somewhere around $8,000 to $15,000. Some are like $20,000 and $25,000. A lot of people don't know this. The average price for a tech boot camp is actually around like $12,000-ish, $15,000. Any of the boot camps we recommend on the low end are going to be around $400-ish. Now that's on the low end. Now again, you get less support, less resources, but it'll still be a quality program that'll still help you out, that I still vouch for. On the high end, they'll be up to about, I think, 10 or 12K. So literally that's a large window, but as you could imagine, on the higher end, you get a lot more support, a lot more resources, a lot more follow-up, a lot of stuff. But even on the low end, it's not a bad option. It just doesn't give you as much variety. And usually you'll have to focus on more entry-level roles. Again, you'll still make around 100,000, but usually under by about 20, 30,000, like maybe somewhere around 65 to 85,000 versus the other ones that cost a little bit more. They will usually help you land something that on the low end, you're going to be making about 90,000, 100,000, up to about like 120,000 for the first role that they help you get. But anyway, when people are like, oh, how much are the programs? Literally, it depends. It's like, what do you want to do in tech? What is your budget? How much are you currently making? AKA, how much are you trying to make? Because when people come to me and they're like, yo, I already make 110,000. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to make more. Okay. All right, you're probably gonna have to pay for a boot camp, one of the ones that costs a little bit more, because they're gonna help you get to the more. And so, but other people come to me and they're like, man, I'm only making 40,000, 50,000, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to get in the industry. I'm trying to get in the door. I don't necessarily need to start out at 100,000 or 90,000. Okay, cool. This option over here for you. So again, it's all options. And that's the good news for everybody that's here. We used to Tech is the New Black, Scale in Tech, our program. When we created the boot camp, we started operating like a boot camp where we started just recommending people just to our boot camp. And it felt weird to me because, and I'm being vulnerable with y'all. It felt weird to me because I felt that feeling of just wanting to recommend our boot camp. And it just felt really weird to me. I was like, I don't like this. I want to just recommend people to whatever is honestly best for them. Now, it could be us, it could be something else. So the way we literally kind of went back to our roots to where now we'll recommend you to the programs we have, but if they're not a good fit, we also have like other programs as well. Because again, it's about a ministry. It's about helping people. I mean, we're still a business, we're still a service, but again, at the end of the day, it's like it has to be a win-win across the board for everybody. Somebody said DM me bootcamp recommendations. In all due respect, no, just DM me. Literally, just DM me, get me in tech, or DM me tech quiz, and we'll give you the options. So, Mirway.better, how do you feel about blah blah cloud engineering bootcamp? Yeah, they're great. I'm not gonna say their name out loud again because somebody could watch this video a year from now and we could be recommending someone else, but they're a great program. They're a great boot camp. Yeah, if you want a discount, let us know and we'll hook you up with a discount to the program. But they're a great program. So look, I want y'all to understand part of the reason why I recommend the boot camps that I recommend, it's more than just the fact that they've helped people get in tech. The CEOs of the boot camp that I recommend, they are borderline obsessive over helping people. Like they remind me a lot of myself, where like they're not popular on social media, but when it comes to their boot camp and what they do, man, they are so good. I told y'all one of the programs I recommend people to, I low-key don't like the CEO. But the program is so good. Their program is so good. And I'm like, man, it's a really good program. It's really helping people. So yeah, so that cloud engineering program that you're talking about is a really good one. And by the way, I'm not talking. I want to be clear. I ain't trying to say which program it is that I have the best relationship with the founder. But again, it's about what they're doing. I can recognize that God is using somebody, even if we don't necessarily align all the time. It's like, yo, God is using them. God is using me. We can come together and take our egos and our emotion out of it. What are your thoughts on QA engineering versus tech sales? I would say do our quiz. Again, that's the purpose of our quiz, because both are great. Like, I wouldn't recommend QA if I felt that tech sales was so much better. I wouldn't recommend tech sales if I felt, QA was so much better. It's that both of them are really great fields in tech. I will say this, the difference between tech sales and QA, tech sales, you can make more money over time with one job in tech sales. You can make from one job in tech sales 400,000, 300,000. Yeah, you can make 600, 700,000, but now we're talking about like the top 2% in tech sales, which 99% of people here, 98% of people here about statistics are not going to be the top 2%. So, but at least most of you can make about 150 to 200, 250,000. Again, you got to be hardworking. You got to be on top of your game, all of that. But even like a mediocre person in tech sales can make 100,000, 110,000. Yeah, Mobley. So Mobley, I talked about that role. Great question. Again, everybody on Instagram, make sure y'all are clicking the drop down for y'all's questions so I can get to y'all questions in the proper question section, because I'm not going to see all y'all's questions in the comment section. All right, y'all keep asking about boot camps. So again, y'all, just to remind everybody, if your question is, what about this boot camp when it comes to getting in tech? That's actually a good question. Anyway, if your question is, what about this boot camp when it comes to getting in tech? Yeah, just DM me. Just DM me. Yeah, Bedforda says sales engineering boot camp. Again, don't focus on a sales engineering boot camp. You want to focus on a tech sales program that goes over sales engineering within the program. Because if you do a sales engineering boot camp only, you are limited to just a sales engineering like a sales engineering job. You don't want to do that. You want to be versatile in your skills. You want to do a program that's going to cross train you in sales engineering, at least in sales engineering and account executive, or sales engineering, account executive, and SDR. At least 2 to 3 things. You do not, and no, and my bad, y'all got to apologize. I know y'all are popping into the stream late. But yeah, so you don't want to limit yourself. Listen, y'all, please, if there's one thing y'all can hear me say, do not limit yourself, y'all. 2025, do not limit yourself to just one specific skill in tech. Even if it's something you're like, oh, but I really, really, really want to do this thing. Okay. Don't be upset if it takes you longer to get a job because you're going after one specific job. And if you have more limitations to that job and you're like, man, there's only 1,000 companies hiring for this job right now. You want to have versatility, y'all. Versatility. All right, y'all. So look, I'm gonna do this. Every time somebody mentions a boot camp moving forward, I'm gonna say literally, if you want my opinion, not even if you want my opinion, I would say just click the link, schedule. Because the reason why I would say click the link and schedule a call with my team or do our tech career quiz is 2-part. One is because, again, I can't say a boot camp's name out loud on here, because if I'm gonna say something bad about it, it will get back to the boot camp founder, which 9 times out of 10, we know each other. The tech industry is very small. Y'all don't get this. I literally go to tech events. I've had people come up to me and be like, yo, bro, I got some beef with you. That's literally happened to me before. And now, mind you, I'm 10 toes. When somebody come up to me, I'll be like, okay, what's up? And they'll start laughing and be like, okay, like whatever. I've had that happen. I was at a tech event one time, and I was talking to a group of guys after the event was over. And I was giving them free game. This was like an hour, 2 hours after the event. I had a whole baddie with me. We were like, she was waiting for us to go out. And I had a whole baddie with me. And all the dudes was like, yo, who that girl? And I'm like, yo, she with me. But they were like, yo, y'all about to go out? I said, yeah, but I'm trying to give y'all game right now. So they were asking me questions. I was giving them game. This was back when I was in Miami. I was giving them game. And one of the dudes straight up told me, he said, bro, I'm going to be real with you. He says, I have to say this in front of all of these dudes. He says, bro, I didn't like you, bro. He said, bro, I actually was throwing a lot of salt and shade on your name. And he says, I literally told these dudes I was going to confront you. And he says, bro, like, I thought we were probably going to fight. And I was like, what? And he never told me what it was, but we talked, and he said, bro, but now that I'm actually with you in person, and you're answering all our questions, and you're giving us all this free game, and he's like, bro, like, you really are helping people. And he says, bro, like, my apologies. He said, I had to apologize to you in front of these dudes because they've heard me talk so bad about you. I would look fake if I don't come to you as a man and say I was wrong. And so, like, I've just really learned, like, people are mad sensitive. And no disrespect to that dude. Shouts out to that dude for him being man enough to say that. I've learned, like, I'm not trying to, like, say a boot camp's name or say somebody's name, because if I say something that's negative, again, the industry is small. It could block my blessings. They could be connected to somebody that could block my blessings. So I ain't gonna say nothing negative, but also I'm not gonna even say anything positive about a boot camp unless I'm interviewing one of their alumni, again, because I could say something. Like, y'all have to realize you have power. Like, social media has power. I could say something positive about a boot camp right now, and a year later. So look, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. This story is actually gonna be pretty crazy. This is why I learned to not say boot camps names out loud. There's a boot camp that I used to recommend, which there's a lot of boot camps I used to recommend, but there's a boot camp I used to recommend. This boot camp used to be really good. A lot of people were getting in tech. I was recommending them, so more people started doing their program. Their program started making so much money. Instead of them focusing on putting that money back into the business, the CEO, I'm not going to say where the CEO was living, because again, I'm going to be saying too much. The CEO basically was not even focused on the boot camp. The CEO, basically, they were getting so much money. The CEO was just living their best life. I'm not going to say which city, but I'm going to just say it's a fun city. It's a fun city with a lot of ladies. and it's one of those things where you could clearly see that, dang, instead of them pouring more money back into the boot camp to make it better, to help more people, they're getting so rich. They're just living their best rich life. And now the boot camp is suffering, the team is suffering, which now the students are suffering in the program. So, and of course, it eventually caused great regret for me. So I've learned since then, y'all know it's all about elevation 2025. I've learned maturity wise, brand wise, I can't just say somebody's name online, even positive, because a year later, their program could start falling off. And if their program starts falling off, I don't want someone to watch my video a year later and they're thinking like, oh, let me do this program. And it's no longer that good. And now it hurts people. So instead, I would just say, click the link in my bio, do the quiz, whatever program myself or my team recommends to you, that is the program that literally at that point in time, that's the best one that we vetted and that we know about and we can back. So that's the reason why. It's all about protecting y'all. Good stuff, good stuff. How to get into QA. So we have a QA program. Again, our QA program is enhanced. So you learn AI as it relates to QA, QA analyst, QA automation, QA engineering, QA for mobile devices, QA for applications, API testing, all that stuff. So it's a fully comprehensive program within QA. And so, yeah, you definitely tap in with the team, all that good stuff. Talk to us about it, and we'll be able to help you out as it relates to QA. Another thing I'll say about the QA program, some of y'all that have seen me interview some of the students in our program. So the instructor of our QA program right now, he actually did our program to get in tech within QA. And he's worked at a couple companies since then. And then, of course, spun the block, came back around, and now he's an instructor within the program. But anyway, so our instructor is a good testimony as well to the program. There's a lot more I could say about it, but I'm not here to necessarily advertise our bootcamper program, but just in general, just a variety of programs and bootcamps that my team can help you get into. But specifically for QA, I definitely would recommend ours. And I say hands down, ours is the best by far. Best by far. I have 2 interviews on my page. This is the last thing I'll say about it. We have 2 interviews on my page where we've interviewed students who've done other really popular QA programs, and they came and did ours after those programs. And the first week, 2 weeks, they were like, this is so much better. And literally when I'm interviewing them, that's actually why I interviewed them, because usually I don't interview people that are still in the boot camp, but they kept saying like, no, this is really good. Like they wanted to be interviewed. So anyway, all right, I have a degree and about 1 to 3 years of experience total in tech and non-tech. All right. All right, how much do you charge for one-on-one mentorship, LinkedIn help? I'm applying, but I can't get on interviews. So I'm gonna tell you this right now. My one-on-one sessions usually my one-on-one sessions are for 30 minutes is $247. For 1 hour, it used to be $500, but I've like lowered it a little bit for y'all. But it also for 1 hour, it's usually $347. Right now, literally right now, I have the sessions at I think 97 or 147 for 30 minutes. And then I think for 1 hour, basically, literally right now, I have it a lot lower because I lower it whenever I don't have people booking a lot. When people start booking it a lot, I'm gonna be real with y'all, I eventually raise the price back up because I'm not a huge fan of doing one-on-ones. I like doing one-on-ones, but I like helping a group better. So, because y'all see, when I do this, I'm able to do this for free because I'm helping a lot of people. But if it's one person and that person's getting all my time, I'm usually charging. But literally, basically, for right now, the one-on-ones I think are it's either 97 for 30 minutes or it's 147. I'm gonna raise it back up to 247 and 347. So literally, if you want the best price right now to do a one-on-one with me, literally click the link and schedule a one-on-one. Or if you just want a free consultation, you literally could just click the link and speak with my team, and they'll be able to help you. Now, they're not going to help you like with your LinkedIn and all that stuff. That's what my one-on-ones are for. So, would you recommend someone who's in content creation, videography, photography, to look into a data analytics or marketing? I would recommend for you to do the quiz, because you just gave me jobs and talents you have, which are good. But that doesn't tell me about you. That doesn't tell me about your personality. It doesn't tell me about if you are good for a customer facing role or a non-customer facing role. Do the quiz, because you telling me the job that you've done, photography, videography, you could still be good for tech sales. You could be good for data analysts. You could be good for a variety of stuff. So I would encourage you to do the quiz. All right, cool. Let's get to some questions on YouTube and LinkedIn. Also, I'm about to wrap up in a few minutes, y'all. All right, just joining. Maybe I missed this, but what are the list of AI careers that people should pursue in 2025? So yeah, so the list of AI careers. So again, let me say this, y'all. You don't want to just learn AI. I know a lot of people right now that are just learning AI. They're like, oh, I want to learn AI. They're getting AI certifications. AI certification, like most certifications, like is not the thing that's going to get you a high paying job. AI is good to complement a job you're doing in tech. Also, AI is not a monolith. So meaning that usually whatever job you're doing in tech, when it comes to AI, there's usually specific AI education that relates to that role in tech that you need to have. That's usually how it is. So again, that's why I see people all the time like, oh, there's some free AI certifications. It's like, that's cool and all, but you have to think about what you actually want to do in tech. It's like a person coming to me to get in tech sales, or they're coming to me to get in QA, and they're like, oh, well, I have a Security Plus certification. That's completely irrelevant to that job in tech. Again, y'all, that's why why I do what I do, is because there's so many people, like, y'all are jumping around. Like, I'm gonna be real. The process of getting in tech is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. But a lot of y'all don't know what you're doing, which is not your fault. I didn't know what I was doing when I was getting into the industry. I didn't have a Cyrus. I didn't have a Tech is New Black to help me out. A lot of the stuff I was doing was raw. And that's why I say all the time, it took me over a year to get in tech. It only took me 8 weeks after doing a boot camp, because for over a year, I was doing a lot of what y'all are doing. I was jumping around. I was like, maybe I should get this certification. Maybe I should network here. I should do this. I should do that. And then finally I said, you know what? Let me stop playing. I'm gonna go ahead and drop, I paid about $4,000 for the boot camp that I did. I said, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this money. I was a Lyft driver. I did not have a lot of money at the time. I never had a lot of money in my life. Literally dropped that money, was scared for my life it wasn't going to work, but I was so desperate. I want y'all to think of this. A lot of y'all are in this space. I was scared to drop that kind of money because I was thinking in my head like, yo, I saved up all this money. This is all the money I have. I was like, I literally had to do, I think, a split pay. Yeah, I had to do a split pay. I had to do half and half for the total amount. And I was like, yo, what if I pay this money? I want y'all to hear this. I was like, what if I pay this money to do this boot camp, to get in tech? It doesn't work. I was like, well, what then? And the reality hit me. It's like, you'll be in the same situation you're in now. You'll keep Lyft driving. And I was like, so worst case scenario, I'm going to pay this money and be exactly where I'm at right now. Best case scenario, I'm going to pay this money and y'all know how it turned out. I got in the industry. I've been scaling and helping people. And so that's what I had to realize. I had to realize that holding on to that, and this is for anybody. This is even those of y'all that are, and again, I want to say this, everybody that's here, maybe you don't want to get in tech. Maybe you want to do something else, which I kind of think is crazy because y'all see AI, robotics are taking everything over. So that's kind of crazy to me if you don't want to do that. That being said, if you don't want to do anything in tech at all, I just want you to, and this is just growth in general. And you'll realize this when you start making more money, you'll realize a lot of the people that make the most amount of money, they reinvest a lot of their money into their education. Now, not necessarily college, because people that are successful ain't going to college. Like, they pay for other courses and programs, or they pay for mentorship, or they're part of something where they're paying a lot of money. They reinvest their money back into their education so they continue scaling. And so you have to understand that and this, I ain't gonna say what you had to understand. I'm gonna say what I had to understand. I came to the reality that holding on to that money and not paying for the program that money was not automatically going to turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so, and that's just the reality of what it is. And so that's the thing that had to hit me. And so, of course, it worked out for me faster than it does for most people. Now, I've interviewed a lot of people that got into tech 2 weeks within a program, a month within a program. And I've interviewed people that it took them 3 months to get in tech after the program, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. The longest, the furthest interview I've done of someone where it took them to get in tech was about 13 months. And so the variety ranges. Anyway, let me get back to y'all's questions. I'm about to go ahead and wrap up. So, Fred Betts, what exactly is Tech Founder Pro? So Tech Founder Pro, we are in collaboration with Tech Founder Pro. Tech Founder Pro that's actually the bonus that I was supposed to mention. So the bonus for those of y'all that are founders or those of y'all that don't necessarily want to work in tech, Tech Founder Pro is actual program. It cross-trains you both in getting tech and AI skills, and it cross-trains you on becoming a tech startup founder. So for example, one of the students, so I've interviewed now, I think 2 people from the program that broke into tech, but not only did they get 6-figure tech careers from the program, they also are building their own tech business. And the program taught them how to build their own app. And it also teaches you how to come up with a clever, futuristic business idea that's simple to build and simple to scale. So, for example, one of the students from the program, he built an application that's for travel. And what the application does, it syncs with whatever flight you have. Let's say you have a flight with Delta. Let's say you have a flight tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. It will tell you based on data and it's actually able to pull from TSA and it's able to pull from the airport. It's able to tell you based on data and based on predetermined information what time you need to leave your home, not to make it to the airport on time, but to actually make it to your gate on time. It's able to determine based on all of basically how many flights are booked around that time, is able to determine the traffic there's going to be in the airport that morning. It's able to tell you how long it's going to take you to get through TSA, how long, if you have a checked bag, what time you need to arrive for the checked bag. It gives you all of that data based on what time and what day and what airline you're flying to. It also tells you based on your habits, it'll tell you where the Delta Sky Lounge is at, or whatever airline you fly with. It'll tell you where all like the best lounges at that you like to go to. It'll tell you where all the best restaurants and bars are at, which gate they're at that you want to stop at. It gives you a variety of information. That is a really incredible application. Really incredible. That's something he could scale it and sell that to TripAdvisor or to another travel agency type of company. He could sell that for 10, 15, 20 million dollars. Like if he builds that out and does it proper. And again, he's built it out already, but again, he was able to build it because Tech Founder Pro allowed him to build that. So that person has a job in tech and they have the ability to build their own business. So anybody, likewise, same thing, tap in with my team. If you want to do Tech Founder Pro, we're able to give you a discount through the program to help you out getting there. Their next cohort actually starts in about a week and a half, I think. So definitely tap in ASAP, because if it's not filled up already, it's about to be filled up. I'm stuck at 70K a year as a high performing SDR. Where do I find 30K more? Honestly would say with you probably just want to book a call with me. Yeah, I would say book a call with me, because you might not need to do a boot camp. You probably don't need to do one. I would say book a call and because I have to go over a lot of stuff with you. Like we need to look at, because it's more than just how much you make and what you do. I need to show you what exactly you need to do. Because it's not about finding a job, a company is going to pay you 30,000 more. Because there's a lot of companies out there that pay you 30,000 more. You make a 70K. Especially if you've been in the industry, I would say for 9 months, even 6 months, you could be making more than 70K, honestly. So yeah, just schedule a one-on-one with me. I would say an hour, but 30 minutes would be cool too. We can try to blast through some stuff. Just make sure you give me details when you schedule for the one-on-one. Are you currently doing RPA? Thoughts on RPA? RPA is good. I'm doing RPA right now. I don't recommend y'all try to get an RPA right now. Again, I don't recommend it because it's it's a space where it's in demand, but it's not in really high demand, which means you're going to have to compete more against other people for something that doesn't have a lot of options. And also, it's even me, I can say I didn't go out and apply to companies to get an RPA. I was able to get an RPA because I have a large network, and people that I know knew that I was getting an RPA, and they just like sent some jobs to me that they were actually hiring for. So I'm not talking about somebody's like, oh, my company's hiring. I'm saying like they were literally the recruiter, and they were like, hey, we hiring for this, Cyrus. We'll go ahead and hire you. Just go ahead and apply, and we'll hook you up. That's how it worked out. All right, what are the top five? So I'll remind y'all the top 5 careers in the tech industry for 2025, specifically AI tech careers. And I say AI tech because these careers, you want to be cross-trained with artificial intelligence. Tech sales, which is one career that involves SDR, BDR, sales engineering, account executive, account manager, and a variety of others. SDET, which is, most people call it QA, and that involves QA testing, QA analyst, automation engineer, QA management, API testing, and others. Data analyst, and again, data analyst, you can scale up to a data scientist, but data analyst itself also overlaps with business analyst, intelligence analyst, marketing analyst, finance analyst, healthcare analyst, all this stuff. Now, again, all of these within AI, like you being cross-trained with AI. And again, also, I want y'all to notice I'm not listing a job. I'm listing a career that if you're cross-trained, if you do, again, just honestly come to us, message us. We'll give you 1 to 2 options of programs that will cross-train you so you are versatile in your skill set. Data analyst, again, not as a job, but as a career. DevOps, not as a job, as a career. So again, you learning skills that have you versatile within Linux admin, DevOps engineering, site reliability engineering, multi-cloud development, DevOps engineer, and a variety of other stuff. And then lastly, of course, the cybersecurity space, which is also really great, which GRC analyst, security analyst, cloud security specialist, incident response specialist. Again, you want to make sure you are cross-trained. I can't say that enough, because cross-trained, it just makes you dangerous. It makes you sexy. It makes you attractive. So those are the top 5 for 2025. For anyone, if you don't know what you want to do in tech, take our tech career quiz that's on our website. You can go to scaleintech.com or techisthenewblack.com, whichever one is easier for you to spell. Both of them route to the exact same website either way. We own both domains. So either go to scaleintech.com or techisthenewblack.com. They route to the same website. You can do our tech career quiz, which again, our tech career quiz, I say this all the time. People come to me and they're like, "Oh, Cyrus, there's a boot camp that has a tech career quiz." I'm gonna just say what it is. I don't encourage people to do other programs' tech career quizzes. And I can't speak for every boot camp that's out there. I want to be very clear. But the ones that people have sent to me, like I will say this: if you do a boot camp's tech career quiz and look at it, peep game. If you do their quiz, this is how you know if it's legit or not. If the only options they give you are options that their boot camp teaches, it's not really a tech career quiz. It's the quiz for that boot camp. It's for that boot camp to help you find out what's the best thing that they have to offer for you. You don't want that. You want what's the best thing for you. And that's why literally I had my team, I said, yo, let's revamp our quiz. We don't want it to limit people just to what we offer. We want to have it recommend people to the best thing for them. And even then, I was like, let's have it give them 2 options at all times. Let's have it give people 2 options. And honestly, that was really for my team because sometimes people be like, okay, I recommended this, but I really want to do this. And it's like, but based on the quiz that you took, this is the suggestion. So we were like, okay, let's have it give people 2 suggestions. So that way, if somebody like, okay, I recommended this and this, but I really want to do this, then why are you doing the quiz? Just tell us you want to do that so we can help you do that. So I think sometimes people want to do the quiz because they really know what they want to do, but they're like, maybe if I do this quiz, and then the quiz will tell them that you should do this. They be like, no, but I want to do this though. It's almost like a person that they know that they are attracted to the wrong kind of person, or they're attracted to people that are not good for them. And then they want to know what kind of person, or they want advice, they want dating advice. Their friends or their family gives them really good advice that they know is good advice. And they're like, yeah, but I really want this person though. And it's like, then just date that person, bro. Like, just date that person. All right, cool. All right, so I'm just get to the questions now, and I'm about to wrap up. No, good question. Can I, for example, take a data analyst bootcamp and still end up in tech sales or cybersecurity? Big fat no. Now, you having data analyst skills, let's say you are in tech sales and then you get data analyst skills on the side. That could be good and beneficial in some kind of way, especially if you're working for a data analytics company. But like, let's say you're selling data analyst software, then yeah, you being cross-trained in that is good. But no, you doing a data analyst boot camp is not going to get you a tech sales job. Like, now let's say you do a data analyst boot camp, but you have extensive sales experience, specifically B2B sales, primarily B2B sales. Then maybe you could land a role in tech sales at a data analytics company because you have transferable skills or domain expertise in the tech sales space. You could probably do that. I'm in the process of transitioning from a high ticket sales to tech sales. What are the 3 to 5 key things I need to focus on to land an 80K base commission? So if you are specifically going to tech sales, you want to make sure your LinkedIn is branded for tech sales. I don't have the time right now to go over full LinkedIn optimization when it comes to branding, but you want to make sure your stuff is fully branded when it comes to that. I'll just stop there. I think that should be enough. I would say do that. If you need more, let's say a month from now, 2 months from now, if you don't land anything, I would say just book a coaching call with me. And because I have to look over your stuff, because it's really hard to give you an actual breakdown that doesn't become generic. But just the LinkedIn, like, just make sure your LinkedIn is branded and fully optimized for tech sales. All right. My background is high performing luxury retail sales. Plus, I finished a wonderful tech sales book in June. Can you recommend me any fashion tech companies that I could look into? That's tough. I would say go to Y Combinator. Go to Y Combinator and use their filter. They have a filter for different industries. Go to tech and then go to fashion, and then see if they have like fashion or retail tech companies listed in there for different startups. I would say go there. Again, that's a short answer. To give you a longer answer would take more time. So, wow. That's actually crazy and a little disappointing, American Troy. Yeah. So I'll say this. I'm not gonna say the name of the boot camp of the program, as I've said. I'm not, first off, I don't have anything bad to say about that program, by the way. Nevertheless, I don't want to say anything and draw negative attention to them. I will say this. That program is very, how do I say it? That program is very, I don't want to say cheap, because cheap denotes quality. That program is, I'll say it like this, that program is very affordable. It's very budget friendly. And that's one of the reasons that people go for that program. The same way people go for a lot of other good programs that are super affordable. The downside, and I say this all the time, the downside is that when you are doing a program, and I'm not saying you're doing it because it's affordable, because again, their program is good. So look, I'm gonna just say it raw. I'm gonna say it like this. The reason why we have our QA program. So if anybody that does our QA program, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Our QA program is not cheap. It's not cheap at all. We actually just had we're actually working on right now getting a sponsor. The sponsor is looking to basically, if they give us a certain amount of money, then we're actually going to be able to cut it down. They're supposed to actually send us the money tomorrow. So y'all keep us in your prayers, whatever. But our programs are not cheap. But the reason for that is because our instructors are like high level instructors. Like for our tech sales program, that instructor literally works at Microsoft. Currently, he's the highest level in tech sales that you can get at Microsoft. And Microsoft is the #1 tech company in the world. So he's in the highest levels, enterprise director of tech sales. He literally is over a team. He's a hiring manager. He's over a team of tech sales. He's been in tech sales for over 10 years. He's also worked at Salesforce, a variety of other top tier tech companies. We pay our instructors. We have a tech support team that keeps everything up and running because a lot of these platforms that we run our actual course on, sometimes they'll crash. It's all types of stuff that happens. And so all of the systems that we have within our program, there's no way that our program could be $500 or even $1,000. Like you just can't do that. You just can't do that. And again, that's why we have secondary options. If it's like, okay, cool. If you're a person where you just really, really ain't got it, we have other options that are much more affordable, but kind of in your situation, I'm not gonna keep saying your name, but that program, that QA program in particular, I know them. I know the founder. They have a really great heart, but their program is so affordable. I'm not gonna say cheap, but because again, I don't want people to think, but their program is so affordable. I know the founder of that boot camp. They work really, I'm not gonna say they're stressed because they love what they do, but they work really, really hard. Like I work really hard, but I also have a job in tech. I'm doing this other stuff too. So it's like to make sure I have a really amazing team that feels appreciated and that way they can pay their bills and take care of their family, do what they need to do. Because of course I have team members that work overseas and then I have team members that work in the States. And so that being said, to be able to do all the stuff we could do, so that's the difference. So that's kind of the situation you're in right now with that program. That's yes. So they're a good program, but again, because of the price that they're at, they don't have a lot of money and y'all, this is just what it is. Like people talk about business and services and stuff, and it's like people think like, oh, this program, why is this program like there are boot camps that I know. There's a boot camp founder that I know. I'm not gonna say who they are. Some of y'all might know them. There's a boot camp founder that I know. Their program is closer to about 10,000, which ours is nowhere near that, by the way. I want to be very clear, very clear. Their program is about 10,000. They say all the time when they see and their program is so good. And they have so many systems and resources. It's so organized, the way that they operate. Like they are indirectly my mentor when it comes to having a quality boot camp. Because I know quality boot camps really well, but the way they run theirs and the way that the systems they have and the resources and the support, I'm like, yo, that's a really good boot camp. But of course, they cost a bit more. And because of that, they're able to have a phenomenal top tier team. And by the way, y'all, I'm not advocating for people doing something that's more expensive. I'm just talking to y'all raw and just being straight up. So again, there's a variety. And again, even the more affordable ones that we recommend are still really good. It's just usually they lack a little bit of extra resources that in your case is something that you're having a little bit of trouble with. Now, again, I ain't gonna say too much because I don't want to say too much. But yeah, so that's kind of the issue you're dealing with when it comes to that program. And I'm sorry you're dealing with that because the thing is that founder, because their program is priced at what it's at, they can't hire other people to help out with a lot of stuff. Like they have other people, but it's not a lot of people. So, and this is for all y'all. I want y'all to learn this when it comes to business in general. And this is something I've learned. Like I've really been learning this. I'm like, this is kind of crazy. Is that people will demand a lot of you. You want to make sure you don't burn yourself out, because then that's how the enemy will keep you. A lot of times people want to do something for dirt cheap because in your heart you're like, oh my God, I just want to help people. That desire is noble, but I'll be real with you. The best way to help people is to make sure you have all of the best resources and the best team to give them the best support. It's better. And again, this isn't about boot camps. This is just in general. It's like some business stuff I'm kind of going into right now. Whatever you're doing in business, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you have a clothing business. I don't care if you have a barber shop. I don't care what it is. Now, there are businesses that charge more money, and they don't put the money back into the business. They don't put it back into their team. They don't reinvest it to actually help people. But then there are also businesses that are equally as lacking when they're really, really cheap. And because they're really cheap, they don't have the revenue and the resources to put it back into what they're doing. And so I want to encourage y'all to understand that sometimes the enemy, and whatever your spiritual beliefs are, you take that how you are. I'm a Christian. I'm big on that. I stand on that. But the enemy, and sometimes the enemy could be like your own thoughts. The enemy will take advantage of you having a noble heart and you having good intentions. The enemy will take advantage of your good intentions to actually foil and disrupt your goals and your plans, because your good intentions will unallow you from having an investment or a price point that makes sense for you to do the best you can do to serve the people that God has called you to serve. And that's just what it is. It's like, I hate to say it, it's like look at a I'm not gonna use too many any examples, but y'all basically get what it is. So anyway, so that's kind of what you're dealing with. Like that person, that boot camp, they have a really good heart. For their price point, they do a lot, but I know that person behind the scenes. I've seen them like I'll be stressing trying to help people get in tech, but I don't stress as much as that person does, because I have a few other systems and things in place and other people that are supporting doing stuff. Versus I have more people than they do. And you can kind of see the difference and stuff like that. So again, great person, great program, all that, but that's kind of it's basically like, it's kind of one of those things like you kind of got what you paid for, in a sense. And I don't say that to shade you, but just to speak a reality. It's like you kind of got the quality you paid for. It's like you could go to I'll say like you go to Zara, and to me, I like Zara. People be trying to down Zara. I don't care how much money I got. I don't care. Like I ain't got a Rolex on right now. My Rolex is in storage in Atlanta. I got my little Gucci watch on right now. My little Gucci watch. I got all this jewelry and stuff on. I would throw some Zara on real quick. I could have $15,000 worth of watches, jewelry on. I'ma still wear some Zara. That being said, you have Zara, and then you have, Keith, or you have All Saints. Like you have other brands. I ain't gonna say like Gucci and Louis Vuitton, because that's some other stuff. And so likewise, it's that they have more resources to put into the quality of their program. All right, cool. Anyway, let me get back to the question. I spent way too much time on that, but I hope y'all got value from that. And again, I wanted that concept to go beyond doing a boot camp and just in general, whatever y'all want to do. Please do not get tricked out of your position to try to do something dirt cheap. Do not do that. Do not do that. It's better to provide quality at a price point that makes sense for you to provide that quality, than to do something for really, really low, and then people are complaining about not having X, Y, and Z. But on the flip side, for those of y'all that are starting something and doing something and you are charging more, make sure that you leave room money-wise to put that back into the program and back into the team. Don't be a person where you're just like, oh, cool, all this money is for me. No, it's not. It's for the people you're serving. It's for your team. It's for the program to get better and better. Anyway, Cyrus, I think it's amazing how you got into tech and then effortlessly began helping others and interviewing people about their journey getting into tech. I literally want to do the same thing. That's fire, yo. Do the same thing. And look, y'all, those of y'all that break into tech, please do the same thing. I'm not going to say any names. There are a lot of people in this space that y'all see that kind of do what I do. And a lot of y'all don't know, like I've given a lot of them game before they started doing it. There are people that technically are our competition. You know, they have tech podcasts. They have either boot camps or they recommend people to boot camps. And literally, like I gave them game on game on game on game. And I'm happy I did that. Happy I did that. Yeah, perfect. Oris, you said I took the quiz. The recommendation was business analyst. I'm interested in data analytics. Same thing. Not really, but they overlap. So if you want to do data analytics, literally the data analytics or business analyst boot camp that we'll recommend to you, and of course give you a discount to it, you'll be cross trained in those things. So that's good. I have a cybersecurity certificate from Cornell University, and I've not been able to find a role. I also have 3 years experience as a software engineer. I'm not sure what I'm missing to get hired. So yes, you need more than just a certificate. This is what I was mentioning earlier. So y'all are going to hear me repeat myself over and over. Y'all going to hear me repeat myself. So you're going to need more than a certification. I would tell you, because you have your degree and you say you have experience, it sounds like you've worked in the industry as a software engineer. I would say this: unless you're like super, super, super broke, I would say book a call. And no shade, by the way, but unless like you like, man, I ain't got nothing at all. Like I'm trying to figure out how I'm about to pay this bill next week. I would say book a call with me. We can kind of go over your stuff. I don't think you need a boot camp or need a program. I mean, you want to do cybersecurity. There's some other stuff you need. I need to look at your LinkedIn. I just think you just need some other stuff. You already got your cybersecurity, your software. You might be able to. Now you're not going to get like a top paying cybersecurity role out the gate. But anyway, let's chop it up later. Even if it's just like a quick DM, maybe it's something I can just tell you in the DMs. All right, let me get to these Instagram questions. Yeah, I see new people are joining in and popping in. I'm gonna just say this just as a catch-all. If you don't know what you need to do in tech, again for 2025, take our tech career quiz. If you know what you want to do in tech and it's one of the 5 or 6 roles that I listed, also y'all can check the description. So for the people that watch this later and you're like, okay, what are the 5 roles? Just check the description. The description gives the answer to the roles. But literally schedule a call with my team and they will be able to help direct you to the best program that's specific for you. They'll be able to help you out. And in some occasions, they'll be able to give you 2 different options based on your goals, based on where you're at, as well as be able to give you a discount link to the programs. And these are programs that we vetted top to bottom. So you can still look into them if you want to, but it's not going to really be anything you're going to need to look into because we've looked into them top to bottom. And many times, in every occasion, I've interviewed people from their programs as well. For those of y'all on Instagram that are commenting tech quiz, if the link doesn't work, just let us know in the DMs and we'll give you the link. But the quiz is also just on our website. So if you click the link in our bio on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube, if you just click the link, it'll take you to our sites where either you can book a call or you can do the tech career quiz. No, we don't. I will actually say this one out loud. Someone said, does your program still partner with Always Hire? No, we don't. Big no. No, we don't. No, we don't. Again, I'm not going to say they're a bad program. There are just better programs. Yeah, there are better programs, straight up. So, yeah, I'll just say that. Yeah, I'll just say that. There's a couple other better programs, I would say. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate that. Where's the link to schedule a call with you? Literally just DM me, just message me. Don't message me on YouTube because I rarely see the comments. My team and I, we're setting up a Sprout social account so that way we could do a better job of seeing our comments on YouTube. So DM me on LinkedIn or Instagram. Those are the best platforms to DM me, or email us. If you're an email person, you can email, but DMing is always better. I just DM us, or book a call on the website with the team and tell them you just want to book a call with me. Either way. I'm trying to zip through these comments. What's your thoughts on the current market? The market is incredible for the tech industry. It's incredible. You just have to avoid industries and jobs in tech that are not in high demand or growing demand, and you have to be versatile in your skill sets. So I've said this time and time again. There are in all of the roles in tech that I just went over, the top 5, those careers. In each of those careers, there's at least 10,000 roles that are open. Again, within those careers, there's at least 10,000 roles that are open. You only need one. So how is the space? The space is awesome. The space is also awesome. Now, I'm a person, I say this stuff really raw. There are people that I don't necessarily like as a person, but you have to look at the numbers of what's happening and what they're doing. So for example, Trump, love him, hate him, it is what it is. The tech market responded incredibly. The very night his election, or the morning that his election was announced, night or morning, immediately multiple friends of mine got offers. Some people I knew were in the interview process with a company, and the recruiters literally told them, like, we actually have to wait until after the election. They literally told them this because the company knew, based on the election, if like how many they were going to hire for a certain role or not. So love them, hate them, feel how you feel, whatever, and I literally mean it. I don't care if you hate them, because I'm indifferent about these people. Same way with Elon Musk. It's a lot of stuff I don't like about Musk, but it's a lot of stuff that's dope about him. Either way, the market responded well. Now, we don't know if that's going to last. We don't know, but the market responded well. Also, because he is pro AI, because of his relationship with Elon and all the stuff Elon wants to do, and maybe their desire is malicious, maybe it's good. I'm not God. I don't judge the intentions of people's heart. Either way, they want to make America really, really the top dog when it comes to AI, when it comes to robotics, when it comes to crypto. So because of that, the investments, the opportunities are crazy right now in tech, AI, robotics, crypto. Crypto is a part of the tech industry. People don't realize that or talk about that. Like, that's why Coinbase right now, Coinbase is the crypto exchange company. Coinbase is mass hiring like crazy right now, paying on average over $400,000 for most of the roles they're hiring for. And so even on the low end, they're paying for tech sales. They're paying $100,000 a year, basically $50 an hour. For tech sales interns, they're paying $100,000. So it's like, it's up right now in the industry. You have to avoid the wrong industries in tech. So you have to look at the best industry. So again, today I went over the best careers. I'm going to do a part 2 to this where I'm going to go over the best industries. So because again, the tech industry, we call it the tech industry, but it's huge. The tech industry, you could be a health tech industry. There is the fintech or financial technology industry. There is obviously the AI, and AI is weird in of itself because it's a sub industry in tech, but it's also an industry that is swallowing up. Pause. It's engulfing the other fields and industries as well. And then we could talk about ed tech. It's like it goes on and on. And so, yeah, so it's really about what industry as well. So what career are you looking to get into, and what industries are you going after within those careers? So for example, doing cybersecurity for an ed tech company, you're probably not going to be paid as much. You'll be paid good because it's still tech and it's cybersecurity. But you're not going to be paid as much, and there won't be as many options for you versus you doing cybersecurity for AI companies or for robotics companies or for data companies, health tech companies, stuff like that, pharmaceutical companies, all that stuff. So, yeah, so I'll say it this way: the market has never been better. aside from late 2020 through early 2022. The market for the tech industry has never been better, aside from late 2020 to early 2022. But the market has never been that good to get in tech. That was the first time, probably the last time the industry has ever been that tech crazy. After any boot camp, do all of these roles still offer in-house training post hire? Yeah, so most tech companies, they give you a 1 to 3 month or 30 to 90 day training within the company. But you'll know that when you're talking to the company. That's one of the interview questions that are good to ask. And we have an interview training. Again, any quality boot camp you do, I'm assuming the one you did hopefully did this, but any quality boot camp you do will teach you about the 30, 60, 90 day, where that's one of the questions to ask an interviewer. Whenever you're in an interview and they ask the question like, hey, you got any questions for me? It's important that you ask them, okay, hey, what is the 30, 60, 90 day training look like? They call it different things, but basically 30, 60, 90, where you're knowing what happens in your first 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And a really good tech company, which most tech, I ain't gonna say a good one, most tech companies give you at least 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days of training before you're expected to really, really be able to do your job. Even if you're trained to do it, most tech companies still offer additional training to make sure you do it the specific way they want you to do it. Because there is no one person walking, there's no person alive today that knows everything in cybersecurity. There's no one person today that knows everything in cloud. There's no one person that knows every single tech sales software or whatever. So a company usually still gives you some level of training. Most companies do, at least. That sucks. I'm sorry about that. All right, you said you did the quiz. You said the quiz results say Tech Founder Pro or Data Analytics. I currently make great money as a UPS driver, but my knees have had enough. Yeah, that's tough. My wife works from home, and I'm more, and I'm more than a little jealous. I bet you are. I bet you are. Yeah, that's good. Those are really great options. I'm obviously any of the options. We're not going to recommend anything to you that's not good. But yeah, those are really great, honestly. So I would say it this way: the Tech Founder Pro Bootcamp. If you want to go that route, I just interviewed one of their alumni last week who works in tech. But Tech Founder Pro, their cohort starts in about a week and a half. So if you want to sign up with them, sign up soon. If you want to do data analytics, we have two different options for you. You're making good money. My suggestion would be for you to do the option that costs a little bit more because, of course, you'll get extra help. But it's up to you. If when you speak with the team, if when you talk about if you want to do data analytics and you're like, okay, no, I want to do the one that's a lower investment, literally just let them know. They'll give you a discount to it. That'll help you out as well. And again, both are just options. It's just based on where you want to go. Oh, that's weird. Missy, DM me when you took the test, and if you could send me a screenshot. If anybody takes the test right now or recently, and it gives you some type of error, please screenshot it and let me know. Again, my tech support guy, he's really incredible. He be working all the time. So that's one of the things I love about my team. They work all types of hours, even when they're not supposed to. Like my team technically isn't supposed to work weekends, and a lot of them still work. I'll catch them working on weekends just because they really want to have certain things set up for y'all because they know the heart of what I do. And I'll say this: shouts out to all y'all when y'all speak with my team, especially the career advisors. They really love what they do because they hear how excited y'all are to get in tech. They hear y'all's stories and y'all's testimonies. Those are y'all that I help get in tech. Even if you do a boot camp that I recommend, once you get in tech, please DM us. Let us know. My team loves to hear that. Like they love to hear that. They love that what we do, that they're not just working just for like, they love that what we're doing is really giving back to people in a major way. I'm lost as hell, brother. I need answers. Love, brother. Yeah, so I'll say this one last time, then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. So either if you don't know what you want to do in tech, do our tech career quiz. If you know what you want to do in tech, and you're trying to get in that career, schedule a call with myself and my team. Again, it's a free consultation. If when you see the drop down, if you don't see what you want to do in tech in the drop down, don't worry. Still speak with my team. More than likely, there is something else that there definitely is something else that we could recommend to you. Probably what you want to do. If we don't recommend you what you want to do, is because it's stupid. I'm gonna just say it that way. It's because it's stupid. Don't come to us saying that you wanna be a social media manager, or that you want to do. I mean, I'm joking, but a real example is, don't come to us saying that you want to be you want to do web development for websites. It's like, bro, if you don't get out of here, AI about to be able to do that in a year. So Addy, they're a great program. Yeah, we have discounts to their program as well. But specifically, their program is good, but there's a specific courses they have. We don't recommend all of their courses because, again, it has to be something that fits under those 3 parameters I mentioned in terms of role in tech. It has to be in high demand, has to be a 6-figure career, and it has to be something that, what is the third one? High demand, 6-figure career, and my brain is turning into mush right now. High demand, 6-figure career. I can't remember what the third one is, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, so same thing. If anybody's receiving an error message, it's probably because the quiz is probably getting a lot of traffic. So if you receive an error message, just DM us. Just DM us, let us know. If it's having an issue tonight, it'll be fixed at least by the morning. So yeah. Somebody said he not answering us, gang. I said this earlier, y'all. If you want me to answer your question on LinkedIn, you got to put the question in the designated question section. Also, I don't know if y'all noticed, there's 200 people in the chat right now because I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on LinkedIn. So I'm not trying to ignore anybody. I'm one person. I'm trying to give answers. So I ain't trying to ignore anybody. Don't nobody feel away. I'm just doing, like Tyree said, this is all I got. This is all I got. It's like, that's why I have automation set up, because I know I can't. That's why I have automations. That's why I have a team, all of that. Where can we find the list of careers? So in the rewatch, I'll have it in the description underneath the video, the list of careers. And in terms of getting help getting those careers, just schedule a call with my team and they will direct you. It's not a call where you have to pay some money or anything like that. Literally, they will direct you towards a boot camp or program or 2 that offer that specific thing that you want to do in tech. Yeah, I'm a rural mail carrier in Alabama, going to break into tech immediately. I make $67K a year as a mail carrier, but it's hard work. So hopefully tech could be my escape. Definitely. Even an entry level role in tech, you should be making more than that. And if you settle your first role, if you settle, you still be making about what you're making, but more than likely you'll work remote. Another thing I want to say for y'all, everybody keeps saying in the news that remote work is going away. Y'all could literally look at the data, and I literally did the data report on this yesterday. There are more remote roles in tech right now than there were in late 2022. So even though companies are calling people back into the office, we have to understand there are more new tech companies that are popping up. Not even, I don't want to say they're popping up, but there are other companies that are hiring for remote roles constantly. And there's a thing in tech called remote first companies. It's literally a new trend where people are creating tech companies where they're not even getting an office. Because think of it this way. Let's say you start a tech company, right? And let's say you and a couple friends start a tech company. Let's say you do Tech Founder Pro. You and a couple friends start a tech company. And you have to understand, if y'all get an office and y'all want people coming into the office, and usually if you're going to get an office where you have a 4-year mortgage on the office or contract on the office, you're going to want an office with more space than what you think you need in the event that you hire more. So now let's say you're stuck with let's say your monthly rent in this office space is $15,000, $20,000 a month, including all the electricity and whatever else comes with the office space. Let's say you're paying $20,000 a month. That's approximately $140,000 a year. You're paying for the office space over a span of 4 years. You are paying nearly $600,000. Or y'all can start the business, and instead y'all can just allow people to work remote with their computers from home in your business. And now you're saving $600,000 over the span of 4 years. You're saving $120,000 that you're able to put back into your business. So remote first companies are really popular right now. A lot of people, most people that are starting tech companies, they're remote first. So even though companies are calling people back into the office, there is a higher rate of more remote opportunities popping up. So by default, the rate of remote roles are increasing. Remote work is here to stay, no matter what this or that company says. It's here to stay. So yeah, you said I'm getting an error message, but I'm also getting a text messages from my responses. That's probably our AI. So and I say this openly, like we use AI tools. Our AI tools are really good because we've preloaded them with information and stuff. So that's either AI or maybe it's one of my team members that's up late working right now. Because our AI tool, we also have a team member that parents it. They are our AI parent, where they check to make sure the AI is doing stuff right, and they'll jump in if it's acting up to help out with it. So, but yeah, shouts out to AI. All right, good stuff, good stuff. Again, y'all, if anybody's trying to do the quiz and you're having an issue with it, just send my team a screenshot. Send us a screenshot on social media, and we'll let you know. Am I pro-black? No, I don't like black people. I don't like your black gums. I don't like your black skin. I don't like your black shirt. I don't like black eyed peas, the group or the food. Of course, I'm pro-black. Y'all just be asking trolling questions in the comments. Somebody name that movie. What movie is that from? I hate your black gums. I hate Wesley Snipes because he black. I hate Whoopi Goldberg. What movie was that? Can you see my question? I'm gonna go to the question box. All right. How do you find which med tech or fintech companies are hiring for cybersecurity? You go to LinkedIn, or you go to built-in, or you go to Y Combinator. You go to one of those platforms. You go to the job you want to do in tech. You go to the filter. You use the filter to filter the specific industry and jobs in tech that you want. That's the simple way to answer how you find them. Yeah, or you just go to the search and you just type it in. So how do you find a med tech or fintech company? Yeah, you have to use the filter. If you specifically only want to see fintech or med tech, you have to use their filters. I have it. That's part of the application process training that I have. I have an entire 2-hour application process training to find the best companies where you're the top candidate for. So that way you're a top dog. You a top dog for that company. So they're gonna want you. All right, y'all. Yeah, don't be a menace. Exactly. Don't be a menace to society, South Central, while sipping red juice. It was something like that as a full name. Cyrus, what is that on your neck? So this is it's my talk box, so I can talk. I'm not even drinking alcohol right now. I don't know why I'm acting crazy. It's probably because it's late. No. So this is technically a microphone right now. So I'm trying to have the audio of these streams be a little bit better, mainly for the replay. So this is technically a microphone I'm using right now. Aside from that, got my Jesus piece. Got my chain that y'all always see me wear. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. If I spend a lot of money on something, I'm gonna wear that junk all the time. I wear this chain all the time, unless I'm in like the hood. And I'll be like, all right, let me be low key. I've been in some places in South America
where just me having this little gold chain on, people been like, yo, you better tuck that in, bro. You know where you at? I'm like, dang, it's like that out here. They like, bro, you better tuck that little gold chain in. You changed my life. I'm grateful. Hey, appreciate that. Hey, shouts out to you, Tommy. You put the work in. You put the work in to break in tech. So shouts out to you. I'm getting Aaron, but I'm also getting blah, blah, blah. What'd you say? I miss Shelly Ooze. I'm in product management. I don't, what you mean by product management? I'm confused. All right, y'all, I'm about to go ahead and wrap up. Do you code, Cyrus? Nope, I don't know how to code at all. I know how to code switch. That's the only coding I know is code switching. That's it. Only code switching I know. Code switching and I got O's in different area codes. No, I'm just playing. Or am I? No, I'm just playing. No, I don't know how to code at all. Oh, that's cool. You are to me what Hillman Sori is to you. That's a huge compliment because I look up to Hillman Sori a lot. That's super dope. Oh no, I don't think you meant any disrespect. I don't think you might have meant any disrespect. All right, y'all. Look. Hey, look, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. Again, I'm gonna do a quick overview for those of y'all that are late and that missed it. So again, we talk about you getting into the tech industry 2025. You want to focus on careers and not jobs. So again, if you focus on a specific job in tech, then that job will limit you towards other options. You want to look at a specific career or skill set that gives you versatility of options that you can work in. So for example, you want to look at the tech sales space. So don't think about just sales engineering as a job. You have to look at tech sales as a sub industry or a career in tech, a suite of careers in tech. You want to look at you want to do a program or look at something that has QA and it has everything within QA. So don't think about, okay, I want to be a QA tester. You have to think like, I need to do something, or I need to have the skills to be versatile in QA. So I could be a QA analyst. I could do QA automation. I could be an API tester. I could be a mobile tester. I can be a regression tester, all of that. All of that's in the QA space. You want to look at data analysts. Again, data analysts, you could do marketing analysts, financial analysts, healthcare analysts, business analysts. It overlaps with data analysts, intelligence analysts. Also, you can move up to a data engineer or data scientist. Then, of course, we also have the DevOps space. This includes the cloud, the Linux, a lot of the opportunities to get like a lot of cloud stuff when it comes to even GovTech, which that's a sector in tech. I don't recommend people to go after GovTech. Personally, I don't. It's not a bad field in tech. It's just it pays less than the private sector. So if you're looking for high income, you definitely want to look at the private sector. Again, not that it's a bad space, it's a good space. It's just not the first thing I recommend to people. But again, DevOps is the other industry you want to look at. Cloud engineering, cloud DevOps, site reliability engineer, all of that. And then also, again, cybersecurity, which, that's GRC analyst, security analyst, cloud security analyst, incident response specialist, and a variety of others. And again, these are the 5 different careers in tech. You don't want to ever just think about a specific job because that job will limit you to options. It also limits you in terms of what you're able to negotiate salary-wise. And it also puts you at a risk to being on the chopping block if they do downsizing in your department and team. So again, if anybody's like, okay, well, how do I get a career in any one of these roles, any one of these careers in tech? Literally just click the link, go to our website. It'll be in the description down below. For those of y'all on Instagram, y'all just need to comment, get me in tech or scale in tech. Our automations will help y'all out. Those on LinkedIn and YouTube, just go to our website, scaleintech.com or techistheNewBlack.com. Either way, it'll route you to the same place to either schedule a free consultation with my team, or if you don't know what you want to do in tech, just do our tech career quiz. It's on our website, and it'll give you options. And if anybody has any issues with the quiz, it's probably because we're getting a lot of traffic right now to the quiz. Literally just DM our team, let us know, say, hey, I was having issues with the quiz, whatever. I'm going to make sure our tech support guy is working on it tonight and in the morning. So that way, if it's having any issues, I don't think it is, but if it is, it'll be acting proper at that point. For those of y'all that are looking to get into a tech community, just on Instagram, just comment tech community. On YouTube, LinkedIn, same thing. You can access it. Just talk to our team, and they'll give you the link to join our community. It's a free community of professionals and techies of over 5,000 people. Yeah. Other than that, I think that's basically it. AI is not going to take over software engineers. Who is going to build the AI? Oh, Ari, you don't know? Ari, you don't know? um, Ari, there's something coming that's called AGI. You probably know what it is. It stands for Artificial General Intelligence. So y'all, right now AI is in its kind of infancy. It's right now it's in general intelligence, or not general. It's in generative, not AGI. It's basically AI is in its infancy. AGI is coming, and then after AGI, something called ASI, super intelligence, is coming. AI is going to be able to build AI. So AI is going to be able to build an AI bot that can do a task without you building it. So it's not going to take too long before AI can build a software engineer AI that can do the job of a software engineer. Also, I want to say this. If someone wants to do software engineering, you just need to make sure you are heavily cross-trained in AI. So again, if somebody's here and you're like, man, I really want to do software engineering though, Cyrus, literally Tech Founder Pro teaches you software engineering. But again, they're helping people get jobs. Literally the last guy I interviewed that did the program, he got his first job 2 weeks after doing Tech Founder Pro. And he works at a robotics company. But again, he's cross-trained in AI as well as a few other things. So again, it's about having a versatility of skills. Jensen Huang, who's the founder of NVIDIA is the second or third most valuable company in the world right now. They are the chip maker. They actually make the chips to these AI. They make the chip for the AI and for robots. The NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, the founder, he said AI is not who's going to replace you. The person who prioritizes learning AI is who's going to replace you. So again, y'all, whatever it is you're learning, you need to make sure you have AI on top of that. And again, that's why the only things I recommend, the only programs I recommend, even if it's not our program, the only things we recommend are things that teach you AI as it relates to getting in tech. It gives you the up-to-date skills and knowledge of the industry. It also is able to give you the career resources to help you with your resume, your cover letter, your interview skills, your salary negotiation skills. Also helps you with your brand, your actual professional career brands. So you can attract recruiters and hiring managers, and of course provides you with community so you can leverage that to evolve even further in the future. So all right, y'all. So other than that, look, I love y'all. I got to go. I've been on this mug way longer than I thought, but I hope y'all appreciate it. Tap in with your boy. I love y'all. God bless. Dang, how do I end this joint? Yeah, I'm looking crazy on Instagram.